here is powerful indeed. I was in planar transit to somewhere completely different, and now I find myself in this shadowy demoness or whatever. Ugh. And just Corvus kind of grimaces visibly.
Yeah. Pandora would know that she's in Barovia. I don't know about y'all, but I'm from here, not too far out, but I don't know. Something about this seems weird? Wrong?
Well, by all means, please enlighten us, because we are none the wiser. Where even is this? And Corvus kind of gestures around him with his hands wide.
Not sure where exactly we are, but somewhere in Barovia.
Barovia. Is this somewhere on the Prime? I'm confused. I've never heard of this place, Barovia.
Good. As you can see, it's not.
I stepped through a portal, and I should have ended up where I wanted to be, and all I saw was fog, and then a forest, and then I walked, and now I'm here.
First off, who the hell are you all? I feel like that's an important question. I feel like I should ask.
The lady is right. My name is Tarok. I was born pretty near here on the outskirts of Barovia, but that was many years ago. That would be me.
I'm a bit less concerned with who everyone is at the moment, as opposed to who pulled the strings to bring us here, so to speak. It's giving me the willies, something nasty.
Well, we'll find out eventually.
Something is stirring, that's for sure. Feel the feathers on my back just rising right now. That doesn't answer the name that you have, though.
I am a druid named Corvus, and I am not from the Prime. I am actually a tribesman from the Feywild, and I was sent to investigate something completely else on the Prime, and I find myself in this Barovia. How is it that my people travel the plains and I've never heard of this Barovia? It makes no sense.
You're a long way from home, too.
Yes, it seems the plains still hold many mysteries. Even the ancient elves think they know better. My masters would be most interested to see this place, no doubt. Although, judging by the corrupt magic influences of this place, I traveled through the dense forests and I found corrupted wildlife all over. This place has serious problems. The environment is most unnatural.
It's certainly not what it once was.
It's hard to say whether it was once something else than it is now. I can't tell. And I had many hours to contemplate this on my wanderings.
And you, the other man over there, what is your name?
I go by Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Suddenly, just Tarok used his same exact voice as Aaron, just saying his name.
I love it.
Every time you say his name, you got it out of character. Every time you say his name, you got to you got to copy his baritone voice.
I just wanted to make sure that it came through. All right, good. Back
I
in
don't
game.
want to hear the Kenku copy a deep voice, though. It sounds impossible to do.
And I will say, as a quick description, before you stands a man you'd probably guess was in his early 40s, but his hair is white with flecks of dark black, like he's gone gray. But he's seemingly too young to have done so, and at his side is an extremely rusted sword. His armor is not in the best condition, although perhaps at one point it was very nice, very expensive. The two things that are probably the most off-putting, or three I'll say, is his eyes are yellow. He has a stab wound in the front of his breastplate with days-old dried blood, and you just get an underlying odd feeling in the back of your neck from him.
Well,
I've seen better days, my friend.
Corvus glances over and asks, "Is that a spear wound?"
Not entirely sure, to be honest with you. The last 24 hours have been hazy.
And I thought I had the wildest ride here.
And you, young lady.
yes, I'm Pandora, and you look at her, and she's like pretty tall, like red hair that's kind of thrown into like some sort of a half bun situation. She's wearing like a priest shirt, like the kind that like Catholic and Baptist priests wear for some reason. And she's wearing an apron that's just covered in like dried blood and various other things, liquids. I can't really guess. And her body is covered in like old scars, and her criminy. Hold on, gotta look at my photo here. Her left eye is just totally gone, and just covered with scar tissue, and the other one is just like a bright yellow. Yes, but my name is Pandora. I'm a child of Denir, so my guess is it probably has something to do with that. I don't know. Weird shit happens. Yeah.
Corvus looks you up and down and says, "Weird shit indeed. You appear to be a battle priest. Which god do you revere?" Corvus asks curiously.
Denir.
Oh, you
Yes.
did. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. So,
Sorry, this place is stifling to the hearing. I don't know.
yeah, it tends to do that. It has this weird feeling and kind of makes your skin crawl. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, what's with the fog? I noticed anytime the fog got thick, I would start to lose my senses. And so I would have to go the other direction. Something is clearly not natural about this, and I'm hoping as a native you can explain this phenomenon to me.
What?
I've been born around here, but it has not always looked like this. And our people stayed far away. Yet the story didn't end well.
I took the hint. I was just hoping for a more clear answer.
It seems the further you go into Barovia, things go strange. I maybe suggest we we move from here before something else from the mist comes out, and is not as happy to see us.
Well, we're in the land of the living, and that's what matters. So,
Could have fooled me.
yeah, yeah. So, we have some options. We can either walk and find somewhere, or we can go into the big creepy manor in front of us. That's my guess.
Maybe we should talk to the people here and
There is some reason to believe the manor may hold answers to our current predicament. I mean, judging by the current landmarks around us, I don't have any better ideas. But that does sound dangerous when you say it like that.
let's go see what those villagers have to say. Maybe they'll be helpful and show us the right way.
That is a good idea. Wise bird.
A soft whimpering draws your eye towards the pair of children standing in the middle of the road in an otherwise lifeless street. The gravel road leads to a village, and its tall houses are as dark as tombstones behind the mist.
Are any of us good with kids?
I'm good with animals. That counts too, right?
Possibly. I don't know. I'm only good with kids when, like, it's, like, distracting them from their impending death. So, like, I don't...
Derek looks at you guys and goes, and I have the dark feathers. You guys have the darker mood, I see.
I'll walk over to the whimpering children.
Same thing.
To see what is wrong.
Oh man, I just clicked on my guy and he vanished.
Are there
Is he still there?
people
You see,
on the map?
yes, you do see people as well as you walk down the path. And as you begin to walk closer to the children, you can hear the people are laughing, paying no mind to the whimpering child. You can hear their conversation and slightly what it's about. You see, they look to be a group of, like I said, commoners or citizens from the town. And all of them appear to be, like I said, laughing as they listen to one of them in particular holding a crooked-looking staff who stands at the center of the group, bragging about hanging a spy of Lord Strahd from the River Ilvis Bridge.
I think Tarek, instead of going to see the kids, is gonna go towards the group of people and say, "Pardon me, gentlemen. May I have a moment of your time?" We seem to have lost our way. Could you help us for a moment?
Few of them turn. One of them actually makes eye contact with you. None of them respond. Almost immediately, they turn back to their conversation and continue listening to the man with the crooked staff as he continues to recount the tale of the hanging of the traitor.
Tarek coughs with a. I'm terribly sorry to bother you. We are in trouble right now. Could you please help us? Just a moment of your time.
No one in the group pays any mind. You seek for help in a place that seemingly does not offer any.
Tarok shakes his feathers a little bit insulted by it, and just turns away from them, muttering some choice words under his breath, and going to help see the kids.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the kids too and make sure they're not like hurt or anything like that.
Corvus will follow with Pandora.
As you walk away, the laughter seems to raise from the group. The small children, as you reach them, are clearly a young girl and boy. The girl is slightly older, slightly taller, is looking down at her brother, who's sitting cross-legged now on the ground, weeping and clutching a small toy. He's trying to hush him as you approach.
I kneel next to the boy and kind of lean in close and ask him, "What is wrong? Why do you cry?"
The girl blurts out willingly, "There's a monster in our house." He then points to a tall brick row house that has seen better days. Windows are dark. And it has a gated portico on the ground floor. The rusty gate is slightly ajar, and the houses on either side are abandoned, their windows and doors boarded up.
What kind of a monster?
I don't really know what it looks like, but my parents say they have it trapped in the basement. We're not allowed to go down there.
So, why are you out here?
Hiding from the monster, of course. We don't know if it can come up and get us. They said if we're bad, it might just do that. We like to play out here. That house is creepy anyway.
Well, let's go have a look at this monster and see if perhaps we can get your brother to stop crying.
Lost my toy. He hangs on to what looks like a small little stuffed animal, a bear of some kind. But he claims to have lost his toy.
Hmm.
Is it in the basement with the monster?
No. Someone took it.
And who might that be?
I don't know. It was in my chest one day and now it's gone.
Well, what does this toy look like?
He probably lost it. Don't even listen to him. He's a crybaby, says his sister.
It's okay.
It's okay to cry sometimes.
My parents won't help me find it. All my dad cares about is the baby.
Well, what does this toy you lost look like? Or was stolen?
It's a spinster. It's blue and yellow, and you put it on the ground and spin it. Someone took it, I know it. No one took your toy, you probably lost it.
We will keep an eye out for the toy, okay? I promise.
Mm,
Find it, we'll bring it right back to you.
The little boy looks up at you, his face dirty from the tears that have run down his eyes, or run down his face. He looks at you with a promise and says, "Really? You'll bring it home? For me?"
Yes, pinky promise. And she's gonna like hold up her pinky. She's dealt with kids before.
And as children will do, he takes your hand in the pinky promise happily, and then immediately forgets about his troubles, running off in the direction of the house with his sister. And the little sister calls back at you as she runs about 6 feet inside the gate and says, "Come on, what are you waiting for?"
Coming.
We do have a monster to address.
Sherlock looks at them and goes, while I do believe these kids need help, we should remain careful. This things are not always what they seem.
We're in the lands of Barovia. Nothing is ever what it seems.
You see the children run in the direction of the house, and the house in front of you is simply massive. The wrought iron gate, as they run forward, creaks open, as do the front door of the house. The children disappear quickly inside.
That's a big house for small kids.
Well, I mean, if it's them and their family, that would make sense. Oh,
Yes. But what kind of parents leave their kids outside crying when they have a house like that?
ones who have something dangerous locked in their basement.
Well, if they're threatening their children with being eaten by a monster trapped in the basement, they can't be the best parents, can they?
Probably not.
But also, don't forget and that story from the villagers, from that spy from Strahd. That's a strange name I've never heard before.
No, I can't say I have either. And Corvus kind of looks at Pandora, hoping she could provide some insight. But if you don't, then I got nothing.
She would have or not.
So when you... Go ahead.
My guess is she probably would have heard rumors, but doesn't really get out too much, so, you know.
You could just say no.
We put
Yeah.
pressure on the Barovian natives.
Yeah.
Say, as soon
I'm
as
sorry,
you
I'm
say,
a tourist in these lands. I feel so lost.
as soon as you say the name Strahd, if you were to look at my character, you would see an intense rage come over his face and then instantly disappear as though it was forgotten.
You good, buddy?
What?
You looked really pissed off there for a moment.
I don't think so.
Oh, I feel like everybody's hiding things from me.
Probably because, we all just met like 5 minutes ago.
We are as good as strangers to each other.
Alright, we have a choice before us. Either we keep asking those unfriendly villagers for help, or we go see in the big creepy house where there's a monster.
I say let's go into the house first.
What do you think? The two other guys?
Well, I don't think we're gonna find any easy answers any other way. So
And I did tell
if you
the
guys are willing to do
children
this,
we would address the monster.
Yeah.
Very generous of you. However, next time maybe we should ask more questions. Oh well.
Kids barely know their left from their right. You think that they know details?
Always think about what's possible. Oh well, it seems the choice has been made. I will follow you guys. There's seems to be more dangerous to remain alone with the people, as usual.
Probably.
Wait. So, I'm guessing they went through the door over there.
How do you put your the oh, it's right there in front of my face. I'm blind. My bad. Ignore me.
No worries. I have no idea what you were going to ask. I'm very curious now.
No, I was just curious because I didn't know. I'm still learning how to use Tailspire. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man.
Oh, no worries at all. Absolutely. I figured that would be the case for most people, and everybody here is basically, so don't feel bad.
yeah, I lost my mini, but I'm guessing you just like double clicked on it, and
If
yeah, that's how I
you,
keep finding where everyone is.
If you look at that light that I just put on this screen, Dan, you should be able to find your mini, but I can help you a couple different ways here.
I see the light, but I don't see anything there. There's nothing there.
It's interesting.
I see it. I see his MIDI.
You.
Let's see. Make sure you have permission, and now you should be able to see it. Sorry,
Okay,
that's
I
my
see
fault.
it now.
That's my fault.
You took his mini away from him.
How do you move the mini again? It's not letting me move mine.
Let's see here. Should let you
We
move
both
it
probably didn't have
now.
permission.
Yeah, you guys did not have permission to move the minis. That's my fault.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, just let me know if anything's not working or if anything's not functioning for you. I'll get you through, like I said.
Yeah, we're new to it. We could barely tell something was wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
No, we
don't feel
can't.
bad. Nobody here knows what they're doing
Yeah,
with Tailspire.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about stopping. Like, if anything, it's probably going to benefit someone else. Your struggle will help someone else. So feel free.
Yeah,
to
we had the same
continue.
question there for sure.
Yep. Everybody, I think, was probably wondering. But I've used Tailspire for probably about 15 or 16 sessions now. No expert, but I know most of the functions here. So if you need any help or don't know how to do something, just ask. Happy to help. But as you
You're gonna
guys-
get some of those from me. Sorry.
I welcome them. Well,
Alright.
as you, in front of this, like I said, massive, big building. The gate is unlocked, and you walked right in. You can see also that the children have left the doors open for you. As you walk into the entrance, you can see that there's oil lamps hanging from the portico ceilings by chains, flanking a set of oaken doors that open into a grand foyer. And I think someone was just talking about their parents. You can see hanging on one of the walls a portrait of the Durst family. Gustav and Elizabeth Durst. You can see their names softly etched into the wood of the frame of the portrait. They're two smiling children, of course painted, Rose and Thorn. Cradled in the father's arms is a swaddled baby, which which the mother regards with a hint of scorn, even in the painting.
Okay, first off, what did you say the parents' names were?
Durst.
Gustav, that's Gustav, and Elisabeth, Elisabeth, Durst, Durst, like, yes, Fred Durst.
Cool.
Yep, we made that joke a lot of times on the first time.
I think I did rename
Glad we got past that.
Gustav to Fred for a few people, but we're not going to do that, are we?
That was funny.
All right.
It was funny the first time.
Is there the name of the kids there?
Yeah, they're also etched in there. The name of the children was Rose and Thorn. And those are shortened names. That's what's etched into the painting itself.
Good concept. And the baby's name is not in there anywhere?
The baby's name is nowhere etched into the painting.
Okay. Very peculiar.
Curious
Well-
indeed.
Well, I mean, the mom looks not happy about the baby, so I mean, there's probably a reason that the baby doesn't have a name, or the mom is like, no, I don't put the child in the painting. But then the dad was like, we have to have the child in the painting, and she's like, fine, but don't mention it. So
I was assuming it was possible that the baby wasn't born yet, but beyond that, I'm not sure.
Let me take care of the doors. Do the doors seem locked?
As you approach the doors and try and push them open, they push open easily.
Mm.
And in front of you lies a wide main hall. It runs the width of the house. There's a black marble fireplace at one end, and a red sweeping staircase at the other. Mounted on the wall above the fireplace is a longsword with a windmill cameo worked into the hilt. The wood-paneled walls are ornately sculpted with images of vines, flowers, nymphs, and satyrs.
A pretty weapon. Not sure if it was meant for battle, though.
Probably not. Who said they were from the Feywild? This seems like right up your alley.
The decorative paneling follows the staircase as it circles upward to the second floor.
The kids don't seem to be anywhere near. Wonder where they've gone.
I was told that
Can
the monster was downstairs. This feels weird.
Well, if the monsters are downstairs, we should probably scour the first floor first.
At least try to find out where they are. Can I do a perception check to see if I hear them?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would also like to do that if possible.
Yeah,
Same.
anybody who'd like to
Good
kind
at
of
that
scan
stuff.
around the room can go ahead and roll
Oh.
perception at this point.
That's
All
a
right.
shitty roll.
Remember how to do.
Corvus gets quiet and puts his ear to the floor, kinda.
Might I roll investigation instead?
Absolutely. And for a roll, if you're looking to do just a roll in Ivory, it's exclamation R space and then B20 plus your bonus.
Perception.
I rolled.
Yep.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
There you go, girl.
All right, that's Corvus and Flynn, both with a pass here. So let's see. Corvus, you put your ear to the ground, so to speak, like you said, and you hear children running above you, as a matter of fact. Clearly on the second floor.
Uh,
And then you hear something interesting coming from the room that is obviously behind the double doors that are closed, just on the opposite side of where you enter. You also see a small door just to the right of it, also closed, and this door has a beautiful lion-shaped face etched into it, and you can see almost that it's either filled with or painted with some kind of gold. Really, really rather gaudy, as a matter of fact. And you can also see. Sorry, give me just one moment. You also see that there's serpents and skulls that are sort of inconspicuously woven into the wall designs all over the room as you just scan around the room in general.
Okay, there's a lot of weird things happening in a lot of weird places.
Yep, getting cultist vibes from these ones. These frescoes and reliefs.
I'm gonna.
They're never the good kind of cultist either, you know?
Is there a good kind of cultist?
I don't know, I hear there are, but I've never met any.
I don't think so.
This seems jumping to conclusions a little bit, but do stay on guard, that is for sure.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be the first cultist Barovia has ever seen.
Yeah. Would we like Devil Door Doom or Lion Door Doom? Both sound equally as fishy.
We do.
I'm gonna. Is it possible for Terok to do an investigation check on the door with the lion on the left?
I will say I heard some commotion, but it was coming from upstairs, not downstairs. There's something upstairs.
I heard something coming from the room with the double doors, but also, you never know.
Okay, there might be hostiles in there. Then we'll explore that one together.
We may want to collect the children as we are wandering in someone's home.
It's fine. Just let them. Just let them be kids. They know we're here.
Yes, this household clearly has bigger problems than a few interlopers.
Yeah.
Alright, so DM, I'm checking the door on the lion gate, the door on the left. I rolled a 19.
You don't suspect any traps, and as you draw the door open, you see that there's several black cloaks hanging from the hooks on the walls inside the small, looks to be coat room. There's a shelf.
Oh, there's. Sorry.
You're okay. And a top hat sits on the high shelf. That's it.
I'm gonna grab one robe and the top hat and put it on my stuff. Who knows? Might be useful. With that cultist idea, you seem to be onto something.
You think they're congregating below and we could perhaps sneak into their congregation with a disguise?
They might have. They might have.
Would most likely be guarded if this were the case.
Who says it isn't?
We still just traipsed in.
I feel like we are jumping to a lot of conclusions.
That is a fact.
Well, there's a lot of conclusions to jump to here, clearly. This place is,
I mean,
extra
questionable decor aside, there's not really much evidence of cultist activity.
They might not be cultists. Could just be serial killers.
Or they could have screwed up and gotten themselves wiped out. That happens a lot more often than you'd think.
Yeah.
I have seen the aftermath of a summoning gone wrong.
Yeah, this is exactly the sort of cult I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Or this kind of size.
I'm going to suggest that we leave everything as we found it. Just keep our chances of not getting caught in case there's some shady business.
I would also like to suggest that we find the children and have them point us in the direction of the basement.
I'm sure we can locate the basements on our own without terrorizing children.
Yes, those children were innocent. We need to keep them innocent.
Well, this house is quite large.
At least they might direct us to the right spots. They're still-
Exactly.
I'm still curious to see what's around here, too.
Let's just investigate. Leave doors closed that were closed. Leave doors open that were open. And don't touch anything if you can help it. I think that's the.
Let me take care of the doors.
All right.
I'll do the other golden lines, since that seemed to be giving us something interesting. Just a sec here, I'm adding my top hat to my item list.
I thought for sure you were gonna put it on.
Not yet. Need it. Otherwise, you might be mistaken for somebody you don't want to be mistaken for. Alright, here it is.
I'm interested in the double doors.
Ah, God. Crappy roll.
Apologies, I missed what you were investigating.
The other lion door.
Yeah, I'll.
It too is also unlocked. And inside, as the door swings open, you find a oak-paneled room. Looks like a hunter's den. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head. And positioned on the outskirts of the room are 3 stuffed wolves.
This feels weird. Game room, maybe? Hunting room?
Can I do a investigation check to see if I find anything else? Well, is there anything that besides the 3 wolves and the stag head that's around that looks interesting?
Well, you see 2 padded chairs draped in animal furs that face the hearth. There's an oak table between them. Seems to be sporting a cask of wine, 2 carved wooden goblets, a pipe rack, and a small candelabrum. Chandelier hangs above a cloth-covered table, surrounded by 4 chairs also. 2 cabinets stand against the walls. East cabinet supports a lock.
Both cabinets have locks?
The east cabinet.
I just gotta put my north. The north is that way. East cabinet. Oh, okay. And the other one is completely nothing on it.
It looks like it has no lock. It looks to be like it could be opened easily.
Alright, I'm gonna investigate the unlocked one to see if there's any mechanism to it. Yeah, okay. Rolled a 12 on it.
You see it's unlocked.
Okay. I'm gonna try to open it.
It holds a small box of playing cards and assorted wine glasses mixed up on the various shelves.
It seems to be they're playing where they hold the things they play when they are all gathered here. Let me check the other one. Seems to be more interesting. I'm going to do an investigation on it to see if there's any traps near the lock or anything like that. Oh, that is... I am rolling like horribly.
You fumble around with the lock, and for those of you in the party, it would seem like this person is maybe an experienced thief, or perhaps someone who's boasting to be one who has no skill whatsoever. Although there is that stage fright experience.
Would you like some help?
Terak shakes his feathers like they rise a little bit. He goes like, I'm all right. It's just the house doesn't feel good.
You're
So-
sure? Because you're fumbling around like a drunk chicken.
At the word chicken, Terak looks at you stares directly at you with one eye, and uses a chicken, like the same tone of voice as you.
Can I give the lock a go? See if
I go like, no, I got it. And if I want to use my thief's tools, what do I need to roll for that? Dexterity. All right. With proficiency bonus, it's not there yet, so it's going to be 17. Actually, no, it's going to be 18.
Alright, and you hear the click-clack of the lock opening.
I'd give a big side-eye to Pandora. And go ahead, sorry.
You're okay. And as you open up the rather heavy doors, you see inside a large crossbow, a small crossbow, and a hand crossbow. And what looks to be assorted bolts for each weapon. To be in the number 20 each category. Closer inspection, it's a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow. And there is indeed 20 bolts for each weapon.
Is a light crossbow, that's a martial weapon, right? Or is that a simple weapon?
A light crossbow and a heavy crossbow would both fall in the ranged weapon category. As far as the simple or... I don't know. I know it wouldn't be martial, though.
Okay. No, it's just because I got proficiency in crossbow hand, but not light crossbow. That's probably why. I'm talking like as rogues, of course.
Lighter weapons, apparently.
I don't know why. Seems to be like we're more quick and everything. I'm like, if nobody minds, I might take this one. And I put oh, wait, no. Before I do that, I'll roll an investigation to see if there's any mechanism around there. See if they're easy to take off from there. And I roll a 18.
Right, and you don't inspect any traps in the area or nearby when you roll this investigation.
Perfect. So I'll take if nobody minds, I might just take the lighter one. You guys can have the rest. If you feel like it. And I'll take the light hand crossbow.
I'm personally good with my hammer. Does anybody else use long attack weapons? Long weapons? What am I trying to say? I don't know.
Ranged weapons, long weapons, either one I think works.
Yeah, something like that.
No one in the party is speaking up, though. I apologize. I don't have any NPCs I can help out with yet.
Yeah.
I'll stick
I'm
to
muted,
my
my bad.
longsword.
I was talking muted.
No
I
worries.
was doing the same thing.
Do that.
Uh-oh.
I'll I'll stick to my longsword, thanks.
Do you guys even have alternate ranged weapons? Or, I mean, if not, it's whatever. I don't tell anybody what to do. Sigh. Corvus is going to grab the bolts, though, and the extra bolts that didn't get taken, and stuff them into his special quiver. And you'll notice Corvus kind of slides them into the quiver, and they just vanish.
That's an interesting bag you got there. It seems to hold a lot more than it looks to be able to.
Corvus smirks, reaches into it, like his hand into the quiver, and then pulls out the head of a spear, and then kind of smiles, and then puts it back in.
Terok does this weird kind of a cawing laugh. Interesting.
You can tell the spear's too long to fit into it, so it's like comically, it's kind of comical when he holds it up. That looks weird.
Pandora, where's your headspace at as you see them kind of pull this lock open and start to rip through this shed in this house, getting to take items from the closet that was locked?
She's not happy that they're taking items, but also is like not going to stop them. If y'all get in trouble, leave me out of it.
I took bolts.
I agree.
Are you looking around the room while they're doing this? Because I imagine, you take a look at what they're doing, kind of just like begin to be interested in other things.
Yeah, she's meandering.
Roll a perception check for me real quick.
All right, what is my perception? Okay.
How many cross bolts did you say? 40? 60?
20.
20 of each, yeah. So there was 20 for the hand, 20 for the large, and 20 for the small.
Perception. Where's my perception? Damn it. 3. I don't think I did that right. I did not do that right. What is it? Exclamation mark R? Roll?
Yep, exclamation R, and then space, and exactly what you did, D20 plus 3. Oh, but you know what? The only thing is, it won't let you edit it. You have one chance. you have one chance with Opera.
There.
And it doesn't let you edit it.
Oh!
Whoa!
No, I think it's probably for the best.
First
right?
net 20.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And
Sweet!
You get a reward.
19
An
before,
achievement.
too, so looking pretty stellar so far for the rolls.
I know, if we ever get in a in this session, I'm gonna get a fucking nat 1.
Well, as you bandits and thieves are rummaging through this cabinet, taking
Hey,
out things,
not nice.
Pandora, and I don't believe that Aaron is rummaging either. Did he take anything?
No.
Aaron is also kind of just probably gandering around the room. You could feel free to also roll perception here, but...
Hey, I rolled investigation instead?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's better than a 9.
I want to say that both of you kind of draw to one another a little bit, also as the two people in the room that are not looting the cabinet. And, like people will flock to like people. I was going to say birds of a feather flock together, but our bird guy's not here yet, so I'm not...
I gotta keep the puns for later.
Yeah, he seems also very hilarious, so I want to save all my good material for when he gets...
Oh, yeah. He is, and I'm totally not biased.
Well, I've only talked to him for a short while, but every time I've spoken to him, I've had a grin on my face, so I can only imagine what playing with him would be like.
Yeah.
That being said, you guys kind of gather together a little bit, and as you begin to look around the room, Aaron investigating, and oh my god, I keep forgetting your character's name. I apologize.
Okay.
I'm gonna totally change your name and chat to your character's name, though. Is that's
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Don't worry.
cool. But you guys begin to start looking around, and you see what looks to be in the corner of the room a sort of strange rug that doesn't really fit. It's also very ugly. It's tattered. It's like a sort of a dark maroonish red. and it's also tattered around the edges, enough so to where one corner is worn down, revealing a small dip in the floor.
Secret entryway?
I'll bend down and run my hand along the dip.
I'm just gonna pick up the rug.
Feel like we can do these things at the same time.
You see a trapdoor hidden under the rug.
While I'm knelt down, I'll open it.
Well, it seems we found the basement then. And they were hiding it.
Maybe not the basement, but something.
Well, I mean, we're on the ground level. What else could it be? I'm sorry. I'm being too snarky right now.
Oh, it's okay.
Place.
Maybe we should wait before we venture down below with the creature. There might be more questions we can have for the kids, or look around some more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's fine.
Your activity on the second floor.
To steal more things, you mean?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
We're taking things to kill the creature. We are helping them.
Innocent anyway.
I would like to mention that people are probably going to be here and see that you have taken all their shit. So, just saying.
So far, it seems completely abandoned to me, but
It seems
I would also like to raise the concern.
we are there to help them. If we take one thing or two to kill the creature, I'm sure they'll be fine with it.
I mean, yeah, for all we know, the poor Dursts are being held down there in the crypt, or the basement, or whatever the hell is down there. Who knows?
So, before we go down there, I suggest we talk to the kids and see maybe if their parents are around.
There's also the double doors that we have not checked yet.
Exactly. So maybe keep this closed, and next time there's a trap door, wait until I check for traps, if you don't mind. It seems to be a place where they don't necessarily have a lot of people that they don't like around.
Well, how about you go ahead and check for traps, and I'll peek inside and see what I can see.
We can... Maybe we should just close it for now, and then go see what's around, and then we can peek inside. Or do you want to just peek right away?
We'll put a needle in it and come back to it in like 10 minutes once we investigate the double doors.
I stand and shrug. If this is what the group wants to do, we can come back.
I'll do a perception check to see if I hear something coming from that trap door.
Yeah, I got a nat 20. But I would have been able to hear anything from that.
You would have, certainly. If you would have drawn your ear anywhere close to the door, even without opening it, you would have heard the soft chant of what sounds like constant, rhythmic, and inaudible, unfortunately. It doesn't sound like it's in a different language, just muffled to the point where you can't hear the common tongue that's being spoken in a rhythmic chant down below.
Yes, so remember what we said about there might possibly being a cult downstairs?
Yes.
It sounds like there's a cult downstairs.
Yeah, but how were they? Did they trap themselves down there? I'm confused. This is
So
just getting weirder.
maybe just gently close down the trap, and then we can see what we'll find around to maybe help with the cultists. Doesn't seem like they might like to
I
be
was assuming
interrupted.
This was an abandoned place where cult rites took place, not necessarily an active one. This is getting strange.
Hmm. And maybe those black robes might be useful for everybody.
Yeah, good thought.
Yeah, here's my running theory, is that the family lives in the house, they run the cult, the kids aren't allowed downstairs because they're not allowed to know about the cult. So the parents fabricated the monster so that, if you go down there, then they'll have to kill them, obviously, because cults are not typically like, oh, we're up on the surface, we're having a good time. So, that's my running theory at the moment.
I certainly hope you're 100% right, rather than just, like 80% right, or something like that,
Oh, I hope I'm wrong.
Perhaps we should find the children. They may have more information than we originally thought.
Or let's go to the doors. The doors on the other side that we should go into?
How about doors and then the children?
There we go.
I'm pretty certain you'll have to drag them here against their will.
Yeah.
It seemed like they wanted to come here.
I mean, they do.
It's necessary.
That's fisted by a monster, so I don't really blame them for, not wanting to do shit. I can't get through the door. Oh, no. Ah!
This is one of those times where I can be of service. If you press shift on your keyboard and then left click on your mini, that's going to be the easiest way to move your mini around this map for sure, because there's so many walls and doors and shit that you got to get your character past. So feel free to use that method if it works for you. If not, you could try the good old bunny hop with the arrow keys.
Kind of dragon.
Do you see where I am right now? Next to the two door, the closest to where we came in, 2 doors.
As you walk up to those doors, they just sort of magically open. You don't even touch them. And you could smell, or see at least, what looks to be a delicious feast laid out before you on a table. And it also looks to be some kind of a centerpiece in the middle of the table. Carved mahogany table, just beautiful. Sculpted armrests on these chairs, cushioned seats, crystal chandelier. It's covered with resplendent silverware and crystalware, polished, dazzling to a shine. Simply beautiful. Looks like a fine meal is about to occur.
I strongly suggest not eating the food.
Oh yeah, no, this screams oh no written all over it.
Yeah, this feathers don't. Nope, just not gonna try it.
Seems like the sort of thing an insane wizard does to decorate their empty mansion.
Are there any, bread rolls on the table?
Yeah, you see a few rolls of bread.
I want to pick one up.
Go ahead.
Just want to pick it up and look at it. I'm not going to bite into it or anything.
You see the wall paneling is carved with elegant images of deer among trees.
Okay.
I'll toss the roll back down.
I'm gonna make a what kind of check should I make? Jeez.
What you trying to do?
Something about this seems wrong.
Insight check?
Yeah, insight check. That's
For the most part, you guys can kind of just call out what your character's doing, and I can tell you what check you need to call out, or you need to roll. And if you've got something that you'd rather roll, like I think Mike a few times, said, "Hey, can I roll investigation instead?" I'm always open to that. But what happens if you start calling out your own checks is you may start rolling 15 or 20 checks in a row.
I don't like Mike.
I'm exploring, I need lots of checks.
Okay.
got a whopping 12. We're doing great.
Not your
first low one?
My first lowish one, yeah.
You're doing pretty good then.
Oh no. I went into the ether. Help. I disappeared.
It looks like you just went a little too high.
Go into the ether. The best thing to do is just to go over to the left side of the map and look where your mini actually is. Click on that little picture of your mini, and then you should be able to find yourself. I think you are right.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I disappeared into the void there for a minute. You know, as you do.
As you do.
Barovia's a weird place.
Yeah.
I really like the fire effects.
Mm-hmm.
The candles, the fireplace.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to rotate everything. So, I'm not the only one getting a bad vibe from this, right?
A feast for kings, but no kings to be found.
Oh, my guess is the kings think that they're in the basement.
Fear you might be right. Hopefully the chanting does not end because they get hungry and want to eat. Before we figured out what we're dealing with.
Behind the table you sit at, red silk drapes cover the windows, and a tapestry depicting hunting dogs, and a horse-mounted aristocrats chasing after a wolf hangs from an iron rod bolted to the south wall.
I think Dan DC'd.
Uh-oh.
We'll give him a minute. We can take a quick little break here.
Okay.
There he is.
That was a very quick break.
I hope you got everything done you need to.
That's on me.
I did. It's all finished.
All right.
My question is, who goes at the head of the table? Heads? The heads of the table?
More than likely, the lady and maybe the lord.
That would be my best guess.
I mean,
Madam.
we're pretty sure it's their mansion. That would make sense.
Hopefully, Lord Dust does not mind unwelcome
Did you call him
visitors.
Lord Dust? I think that's fitting. And he's just making fun of the way it sounded when you said that. He knows what you meant.
It was completely by accident, but it actually sounded really good, so I'm going to keep it.
If you ever notice one like that when you're thinking about it, definitely, you know.
Now I have to make a
Yep,
Lord
I'm
Dust
lining that. That's going in the chamber.
Tarek
Write a book of birdisms or something.
tries to see if the food is still warm by keeping his hand close to it, like let's say the meat or something like that.
It's lukewarm. The meat is lukewarm.
Okay. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out. So Tarek is trying to figure out why somebody would leave a feast like this and leave it to cool down, even though like it's all set up and nobody's there.
Is there like a chair that's like pulled back really far, or like far enough where somebody could like sneak in and sit down without disturbing the chair? I know it's a weird question, but
Let's see.
Yeah, like without having to like pull it back and sit down.
I would say a few of them, yeah. A few of them look almost like dislodged. Like, maybe to answer both of your questions at once, someone may have sat down to eat and then suddenly been disturbed. Gone
Has
away.
it been touched?
Doesn't look like it. Plates are all clean, but the serving dishes and whatnot look to be entirely intact. I mean, each of the food items looks perfectly perfect.
Alright.
It looks like somebody was had their meal served and then left very fast. Look at the chairs; they've been pulled back quickly.
Maybe. Pandora's gonna sit in one for a second.
Hopefully, we're not the only uninvited guests.
I hope we're the only uninvited guests.
Pandora, as you sit down, suddenly you're drawn away from the other party members, and you're in the same room, but the room is different. It's illuminated. It's lively. There's people all around the table, except at the chair that you're sitting at. But you can see that your hand is not your own, as just before it was not delicately decorated with a beautiful bracelet and a fur-lined dress that runs up your sleeve. And you can also see that the texture and color of your skin is different than it was a moment ago, as you seem to feel like you're having an out-of-body experience at the moment. You suddenly begin to come to this realization as you look around the table that is filled with people all around you, each of them with a dark black cloak. Over there, what looks to be ranging from formal to semi-formal clothing that lies slightly exposed underneath. At the heads of the table is Gustav and his wife. They don't seem to look at each other, regarding their guests more than anything else, chatting and having small talk, conversation. Gustav talks of his new son. The wife talks of her beautiful garden outside and how her two children love playing in it. Each of them seem to be at opposite ends of the table and almost at opposite ends of the universe. As suddenly, this image fades away from you, and you find yourself sitting at a cold, empty table with lukewarm food, looking somewhat appetizing.
So, is the rest of the group there now? Like, can I see them?
We notice her trance. Like, if anyone was looking at the table and saw her sit down, would anyone to see her just completely freeze and space out for a second, at least?
You would have had to roll some kind of a check to see that. Let's say you roll a perception check and notice
Alrighty.
the young lady seemingly
That's basically enough.
stargazing
Oh.
in the middle of the room for about 25 seconds.
Nope.
Each of you seemingly are paying attention to other things in the room. Interesting enough, beautiful ornate curtains, delicious looking food all around these strange looking etchings in the wall, as well as that painting, them chasing that wolf, looks almost real. And all of you seem to be distracted by these other things. None of you see her kind of stare out. And to answer your question, yes, Pandora, the party is definitely back all around you. You can see them.
And Pandora's gonna quickly get up out of the chair and like walk away from it. I don't recommend sitting in the chairs. It appears there was a feast with people in fancy clothing with the Gustavs on the heads of the table. The husband was talking about his new son, and the woman was talking about her garden and her children.
almost seems like a remembrance of sort. I can tell there's powerful magic at work here preserving this scene, although why, I can't even begin to guess.
I don't know.
Seems the story of the baby and the wife not liking it is getting stronger. But are you sure you're okay? I wouldn't want something to hurt you.
I'm okay. I can handle myself.
Oh, I know. Just making sure you're okay. You could swear he has a smile even though he has a beak. Like,
Right.
Well, if we're quite finished here, might we go find the children?
I
Why are you so interested in bringing the children here? For what
Yeah.
reason?
yeah,
No answers or information otherwise.
and we can easily find information by going into the basement. You think the children are gonna know this shit? No.
let's just finish what we're doing here, and then we can see what the kids can tell us. And I'm with Pandora with this one. Maybe not. Bringing them next to the beast is a good idea.
Well, I don't think it's a beast. I think
Are
it's.
we really going to run back out of here without so much as peeking into the basement?
We are gonna peek into the basement. We're just not bringing the kids into it. They're young. We don't want to
I
traumatize.
agree. No. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
All right.
You hear the
So-
pounding of footsteps above you.
Oh shit.
Sounds like maybe small children, based on the weight disbursement that you can hear. And then
Alright,
you
let's
hear the laughter of the little girl. And a shriek, maybe protest, maybe fear of the little boy somewhere in the distance upstairs.
Maybe we should hurry
Right.
up.
Seems
So-
they had more kids.
So I'll gently push the door open here.
Well, I still don't feel great about that, but I'm going to.
No, I
My-
don't either.
I'll
There has-
do a check on this door. I'll
Because
try to
if
see.
siblings were fleeing the house. Why didn't these siblings flee the house?
So do we want to finish? Do we want to continue finishing the floor here, or do you want to go upstairs?
Well, I mean,
I think we need to.
well, finish looking around. Why not?
Yeah.
Make it
Okay.
quick. I'm with
So-
you. I got your back.
I'll check the door here for any indication of a trap. Indication.
Not crud. Okay.
Almost at a 20 on this one. So, I'm guessing I don't feel anything, so I'm going to push the door open.
Inside the room, you see a kitchen. And it's tidy. There's dishware and cookware and utensils neatly stacked on the shelves. The work table has a cutting board, a rolling pin on top of it. A stone dome shaped oven stands near the east wall, and its bent iron stovepipe connecting to a hole in the ceiling. Behind the stove and to the left is a thin door, leading to what looks like a well-stocked pantry area.
Maybe that's probably where the meal is from, obviously.
Yes, that's.
That's not something it doesn't seem to be something out of place. I'm gonna I'm trying to see if there's anything. No, actually, sounds. I'll just check in the pantry, see if I find anything interesting.
Cabinets.
Okay, where did I go? Okay, I'm in the pantry. Good. So I'll just check around and see if there's anything strange ingredients, such as human parts or something like that.
You see the normal things you'd find in a well-stocked pantry: grain, cheese, vegetables, wine, ale, rice, lots of different things, but nothing so macabre as that.
Okay, perfect. Seems that they have a normal meal. All right, I'm satisfied.
See, I know what human parts look. I know what human body parts look like. It's not any of that.
All right.
Well, that's an interesting admission.
What? I deal with dead bodies on a regular basis. What do you want from me?
The dead bodies that you're responsible for.
Oh God, no. Oh no, I glitched out of the system again. I'm on top of the door. Mistakes have been made. Okay. No. There we go. I'm struggling, y'all.
All right. So I guess we're gonna go up. I guess we can go upstairs and look for those kids now.
Okay.
So Tarek is gonna start going up the stairs.
I'm right behind him.
Yeah. Fedor's gonna stay close because she doesn't trust y'all not to do something weird.
Doesn't trust me to do nothing weird. I think I'm the only one that hasn't done anything weird or stolen anything aside from you.
Corvus goes up the stairs, not thinking anxious thoughts.
Unlit oil lamps are mounted on the walls of this elegant hallway as you walk up to the top of the staircase landing. Hanging above the mantelpiece is a wood-framed portrait. And you see that this is a different portrait than the one you saw downstairs of the Durst family. This looks to be an interesting-looking young man. His hair is long and dark, and his face chiseled. Cheekbones defined, chin jutting. His shoulders look strong. He has a small scar beneath his right eye. He's wearing elegant-looking robes. He has a regal look to him. There's no embarkation of who the portrait is of. Perhaps a distant relative. Standing suits of armor flank wooden doors in the east and west walls. Each suit of armor clutches what looks to be a spear and has a visored helm shaped like a wolf's head. The doors are carved with dancing youths.
There's this.
I think we should stick together up here. We definitely heard activity, and we know there's magic at work elsewhere in the house, so we'd better be careful.
Yep.
All right. So we should start with the first door.
Well, I'm gonna say I'll call out the kids' names
Aaron,
since we know them now.
as you call out the kids' names, you kind of look around the room a little bit and roll a perception check for me.
Oh, hang on. May I roll investigation? Can I roll investigation?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a 25.
You can hear that the children have seemingly moved upstairs. And you don't see any sign of them on this floor or hear any sign of them on this floor. do you see, as you take a closer look at those youths that are dancing, they're not really dancing. They're fighting off swarms of bats. This is the wood etchings that are carved literally into the walls of this beautiful hallway, all along the walls. Each of you begin to realize this as you stand around long enough.
Bats.
Disturbing.
Additionally unsettling, yes.
It feels random.
Usually these tell stories. What kind of
Yes.
stories? I do not know yet. I'm not sure. We want to find out.
I think we're gonna find out if we stay here long enough, is my guess.
Well, the first floor depicts hunting.
Alright.
This floor depicts children fighting bats. Interesting.
Alright, shall we try some doors? Try to
Sure.
find those meddling kids. Or at least what they were up to.
Scooby-Doo style. Is this door locked?
Find that the door is unlocked as you pull it open.
Doo-doo-doo. I'm gonna go, 'cause...
So we all step inside to see what's going on.
Yep, I think...
You see gossamer drapes cover the windows of this elegantly appointed hall, which has a brass-plated chandelier hanging from the ceiling. Upholstered chairs line the walls, and stained glass wall hangings depict beautiful men, women, and children singing and playing instruments. A harpsichord with a bench rests in the northwest corner. Near the fireplace is a large standing harp. Alabaster figurines of well-dressed dancers adorn the mantelpiece.
This seems to be a music room?
Thing escapes your sharp mind, I see.
Weird place. Like this is like an odd room choice for a cult house.
It seems it's not only a cult house. Maybe it's a normal house that just happens to have a cult in it.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, the cult stuff was probably more like their day job anyway.
Alright, so I'm going to step out of that room because I do not care about music. Well, actually, no. You know what? I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to do a bit of mimicry of like some of the instruments I've heard before, just for the fun of it. I'm just going to start suddenly like just making the same exact noise, like songs I've heard from some of the instruments, like the harp. And just whistle my way out of the room because there's absolutely nothing there. I suggest we move on quickly. The music is interesting, but we have more pressing matters to attend to.
White.
Nope, there doesn't seem to be much in here.
Yes.
So, on the opposite side, I'm going to try this door. Do I need to roll a perception check to see if there's anything, if it's locked or if there's any traps?
door's open.
All right. Gonna open it then.
Up and over the door.
Up and over, up and over.
Well, this is a room.
Can't tell if it's a guest's quarters or a soldier's barracks. And Corvus kicks one of the foot lockers to see if it is locked or not.
Yeah, Pandora's just going to start opening them.
Looks more like a soldier's barracks.
Indeed.
You flip them open, and as you do, you find in each one of them a set of what looks like bedclothes.
Are they like in good condition or?
They look to be servants' clothing. They're pretty ratty, but
Okay.
warm enough, comfortable enough.
All right. This seems like some sort of servants' quarters, sort of like a barrack.
Alright.
You
Corvus
also
is
see
going to
that
try and
there's
peek in
a-
this side room.
You also see that there's a dumbwaiter in the corner, the west wall. There's a button on the wall next to it. Pressing the button rings a tiny little bell.
Can you open it? Is it possible to open it?
I bet the Kenku could easily fit inside of it.
You see
I'll
it's relatively small.
I'm going to suggest that we don't send random people down tiny little elevators.
Yeah, through the dumbwaiter in a dark, creepy mansion.
That's
Yeah, some Scooby-Doo shit right there.
I bet you it goes to the basement.
I know this campaign is just going to turn to Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo vampire episode.
You just don't have to react like Scooby and Shaggy every time, that's all.
So, Terak is gonna try to open the dumbwaiter.
Flip open the door to the dumbwaiter, revealing what looks to be a small, enclosed space. And it's big enough for you to fit inside.
Which I am not.
Do it.
So, yeah, whatever. And then just walk away.
I'm saying you could. Not that you should.
You can see that there's some sort of rope and pulley mechanism that controls it on the inside of it as well. And if you were to test it, with your hands sort of jiggling each side of the rope, you'd see that one side pulls it up, the other side pulls it down, so to speak.
Interesting. So the box where the stuff would be in there is at our level? Or is it like completely empty?
Yes, there is like a container there that is at your level and it is completely empty.
Okay, good. Alright. That sounds good. I'll keep in mind that.
You could get in it and go down. Worst case, you yell and we pull you back up.
No, we're not sending down elevator shafts.
Just because he fits physically?
Terak looks at you and uses your voice to say, "You go first."
I'm not sure I'll fit.
Okay, no, nobody's doing any elevator riding. Somebody please
There are
open.
stairs. We don't have to have anybody ride the dumbwaiter.
Exactly.
Alright, all good. Yep. So other door next to the... We were doing the other door inside here.
You see that there was exactly a red marble staircase that kind of started on the first floor continued up to the floor you're on, and also moved its way up the house to the next floor. And to answer
It
your
just
question,
didn't go to the basement, right?
no, it did not go
Well,
down.
yeah, right. Okay. Sorry.
That was
for
the challenge.
No worries. No interruption. That's good. Let's see here. Tarak, what room did you say you wanted to take a look at next?
This one, I'm going to move my guy right in here. This one.
Take a look in this cabinet.
If
I
you
don't
want to
know.
open a door, all you need to do is just right-click on it, and it should have a little plus button
Oh.
that pops up, and then there's an
gotcha.
open button. You guys can,
Okay, that might be easier than like flying.
yeah,
Now I see it.
absolutely.
Oh shit! What have I done? No, fuck.
So what's in the room here?
You see uniforms hanging from hooks. What looks to be, again, like servants' clothing. Mostly workers' clothes. What looks to be a set of gardener's clothes. Some clothes with some oil stains on it.
Okay. I think the robes we saw downstairs would be more useful.
I think there's only one more room to explore on this level.
So this one
See
here.
what's in it.
Ah, fudge. It's fine. Ah, fuck.
Okay. So just look inside, see what's going on.
Yeah, if it's giving you a problem, just hold shift and then click on your dude, and then you can drag him anywhere.
She's not a dude.
So
Dude
do
is now a
a-
gender neutral term. I'll have you know.
And I hear you, by the way. It's all good. You don't have to prompt me. If there's ever a silence, just wait patiently. There's something coming, I promise. The master of the house looked to be busy here recently. There's papers strewn all over the floor, and it seems to be an esteemed library of sorts.
Hmm.
And you can also feel free to just visually look around the room. Unless you
okay, I'm
haven't
gonna
seen something.
look.
I would like to look for anything valuable or magic-y seeming.
I want to look for any book titles that seem out of place.
I'm gonna look at the table where the master's normally looks at his files. Seems to be a chest on it.
Michael, where are you looking?
Just perusing through the books.
Which,
Over.
okay, you find yourself at the far end. It looks like Pandora finds herself in the middle. I want to say that you find yourself looking at a row of books that are all based on rituals. And Pandora, you find yourself looking at books that are all based on warfare, combat. They document different wars in some books as well.
Mm.
Corvus, Tarek, on the side that you find yourself on, you see a wall of what looks to be poetry and muses, mostly fantasy writings. Nothing of fact on the wall.
Ah, phooey.
Okay. I'll try pulling. Is there one that looks like it's being handwritten or anything like that?
All of them are definitely handwritten. No printed books here.
Or like something like that.
Impressive, Barovia.
I'll pick one up and peruse it.
I'm getting carpal tunnel by just looking at this.
Not
you
much of a
peruse the
scholar,
pages of
eh?
the book, you see it carries various short stories, and they appear to be, like I said, fantasy stories. But these are much more whimsical than you'd expect to find in a room dreary as this. Most of them are like fairy tales. Some of them happy endings, some of them strange endings. You spend about 5 to 10 minutes reading through the book, enough to know that it's simply a children's book, perhaps an adolescent.
Well, if we're spending 10 minutes in here, I'm going to use the 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic. Do I see anything?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Even the tiniest glint? I'm just kidding.
In the library that you find yourself in, you don't see any magical items.
Oh, phooey.
Isn't detect magic like 150 feet or something like that?
Yes, but you
I
can't
believe
see
so,
through
yeah.
solid walls, unfortunately.
Yes.
Ah, shit. I'd recommend going out in the hallway and just staring into the void.
Terok is gonna drop the book out of the. I'll put it back actually, and
Oh,
go.
don't worry.
"Eh."
I'll be maintaining the spell.
And I'll
Just a
check
minute.
at the desk that's right over here.
Now, since this room seems uninteresting, Corvus is going to take Pandora's advice and walk out of the room and just kind of glance around with his Detect Magic vision, looking for anything that catches his eye. So he's kind of wandering alone and vulnerable for the moment
Ah,
in this hall here.
I didn't mean by yourself. Pandora's gonna run after him.
If you were to wander all around the second floor, you'd detect no signs of magic.
Ah, well. You'll find me waiting by the stairs then.
So the desk in the study.
Very meta.
No, I just mean like I already said we're basically done with the floor, so we'll check the third. Might as well.
Wait. I'm checking still here. Just give me a second. I want to check the
I
desk
am
of
not
the study.
interested in Lord Durst's poetry, okay?
There's a desk here.
You may be, but I am not.
Listen, man. Alright, as long as, like, this dude isn't reading, like, questionable smut or something like that, I frankly don't care.
Well, in that case, you might as well make off with some. Maybe you'll be the guy's first fan, who knows?
There could be important information in the desk.
Are there any doors in the desk?
There is a drawer.
Shit.
Is it locked?
You find that it slides open easily.
Okay, so we'll look inside.
There's a copy of 50 Shades of Grey.
There's a copy of Tusk Glove.
The desk drawer
Alright.
is empty, except for an iron key.
Alright.
All right,
Someone's key.
I'll pick up the iron key. Wonder where it
It
could go.
crumbles in your hand.
What?
We saw that coming.
Oh boy.
Shit, we're in trouble, y'all. Alright.
There's only dust like left on the. Like it was that old, or it's just because it was a weird effect.
As you pick it up, it seems to fade into exactly dust in your hand. And now there's a pile of such.
Put it back in the drawer and let's keep moving.
Hell,
I'm-
did
I'm-
Nick get out of?
You know what? I'm gonna use a small pouch, and I'm gonna pick up, take as much of the dust as I can, and put it in the pouch and keep it. Is there anything else on the desk?
Outside of a jar of ink, a quill pen, small tinder box, looks to be a letter kit, several pieces of parchment, a small red wax candle, and a wood seal bearing the Durst family insignia. A windmill.
Windmill is the insignia. Okay. Is there closets, cabinets on the walls next to the fireplace?
No.
So besides the shelves and the desk, there's nothing else to look for? Like you said, he was being busy. Is there papers on the ground or anything like that?
There is papers all over the ground. I mean, literally, please feel free to use the visual medium that I've spent several hours crafting to tell you what is in the room. I can describe with the best of them, but it will be a long day if I do that in every single room in the death house. There's over, I think, 58 rooms in this house to be total.
Holy shit. Okay, so I'll look on the papers on the ground, what they seem to be about.
They're assorted writings. They all look to be writings of Mr. Durst. They're the same handwriting, and each of them are signed. And as you begin to read page after page, you see that each of them is letters to a woman that is not Mrs. Durst. Her name is Oksana, and he writes to her with passion and longing, wishing to rekindle their flame once was long ago. He writes to her telling her he can't wait till she comes. He writes to her excited that she's coming. He writes to her saying he can't wait to see her tomorrow. Then the writings begin to change. The writings turn to a time where Oksana was obviously spending time in the house, along with Mrs. Durst, and the small family of children that they shared. She seemed to be acting as a maid as her and Mr. Durst carried out their affair. But the writings quickly turned to admissions of guilt, regret, and remorse, as they vaguely depict an image of Mrs. Durst committing horrifying acts in retribution for Mr. Durst's unloyalty, lack of faithfulness. Each of the letters is more increasingly chilling as you seem to pile through them. They apparently were one time stacked neatly in order and then strewn across the room. Seemingly by their placement, at least.
Okay.
Nice, you got a good chunk of the story out of doing that.
That's why you gotta keep doing things. Alright. I'm gonna keep at least one of the letters, just so I can copy his handwriting later on.
And would you share that information with the group?
As soon as I'm done looking for things. In the cabinets next to the pile, is there anything interesting in there? Was that done? Was that all the letters, by the way? Is that all that I could find in there?
You did did sift through most of the letters. I would say that's all you could really glean from them.
Okay.
And
So-
on the current wall you're facing, no, it's just a bookcase with what looks to be old tomes and various different texts.
Okay. And same over here.
Which
My
room
God.
do we come to? Okay,
My-
we're still there.
My guy is so dark. Sorry about that. He's hard to see. Rogues, darkness, you know.
I think we're all just wearing black at this point.
Itchy.
I'm copper and gray. And gray. Silver.
So all the books in that corner of the room, right around here, just only tomes of nothing interesting.
Well, a lot of them are moldy and crumble and fall apart.
All right.
Let's
Go ahead.
take a quick 5-minute break here too, while we can all go do a bio break, get something to drink, get something to eat, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
More beer!
I'm so glad I looked at those letters.
Good call. I have a theory.
Yeah, those guys downstairs, that's gonna be different.
You're saying dealing with cults on a random Tuesday afternoon isn't normal?
Well, this isn't the first cult I've dealt with
Oh,
on a
Yeah, just
random
over here,
Tuesday
you tell us.
afternoon. Well, once upon a time, I was the guard captain of Barovia. That must have been 8 odd years ago now. Dooby-dooby-doo. Where are you?
So, fun story about that. In my everyday life, I teach kids ballet, and my older kids I teach. I had to explain to them that Scooby Doo is a show that is I don't know. They didn't think it was an actual TV show. Which, like, what?
Well, ballet teacher, interesting profession.
Yeah.
Zoomers.
And Scooby-Doo is kind of a relic of our past.
Yeah. Which, like, it's still around and stuff today. It's just...
It's not even close to the same as it was.
Oh, no. No, but then again, I've also had to explain to these kids that, like, about, like, old Disney Channel and stuff like that, and, like, old TV shows. Because they don't understand.
Yeah, the Disney Channel where they used to horribly draw out the Disney emblem between.
Oh yeah. There's this hilarious video on YouTube. It's by Defunctland where he talks about like the Disney Channel intro or like the Disney Channel stuff. Then he talks about like just how badly they were doing it because none of them knew what they were drawing.
Oh yeah.
They just had no clue. And then like because in one of the videos, I don't remember who it was, but like one of the actors was like, "Oh yeah, it's the shape of a Mickey," and because nobody explained what they were doing.
They're actually showing or drawing versus what happens on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we all thought they were drawing it perfectly. I'm like, wow, everyone's so good at this. Oh, those were simpler times.
Yeah, I miss the days where like the only thing I had to worry about was like getting back home in fast enough time to watch like Phineas and Ferb. I miss those days.
You remember having to rush to the kitchen to get something to drink or something to eat between the commercial breaks?
Yes.
And then literally tripping over your own feet because you're moving too fast trying to get back.
Yeah.
You heard the show coming back on from the kitchen and you're like, shit, I can't miss any of this.
Yep, you don't have another chance to see it. The ones come on.
Yeah, no pause button, no streaming.
No. Which the funny thing is, whenever I explain that stuff now, I always feel like those old people who are like, back in my day, we used to, like one of those. I feel like one of those people.
Yeah, well, the Zoomers probably think you are one, unfortunately.
Oh, probably. I love those kids, but I don't know. They will never understand the excitement of Saturday cartoons.
They will not.
Like, does anybody remember watching Dragon Ball Z and the Cell Saga when it was coming out?
Yep, that was more in my era.
Dude, that shit was awesome.
Yep, that shit was coming out like when we were in, I want to say, 5th grade, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere.
And we'd be like
there.
rushing home and trying to watch Toonami and shit. Yep. For sure.
And God forbid you got bad grades, your parents were like, oh, guess what? You can't watch TV.
And you're like, that's okay. They usually play reruns anyway. They don't get new episodes very often.
Yeah, not on Saturdays. Or, I mean, on Saturdays.
If I remember correctly, they played reruns of the Frieza saga for ages.
Yeah, they would play the newest episode of Dragon Ball during the Cell Saga.
Oh, yeah,
and then it would be 3
when they finally
reruns
got
of the
Dragon
Frieza
Ball,
Saga.
yeah. They didn't get Dragon Ball until way later, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the original one.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. Man, I found a damn tick on me. Now I gotta check.
And then they got like GT and the other ones too.
Dude, GT sucked.
They eventually it did.
No one gives a shit about Pan.
Yeah.
basement. I found a tick on me. Now I gotta check my whole body. Fucking summer in Georgia, or spring in Georgia.
Oh, hey, someone else from Georgia.
You're from Georgia too?
Yep.
Whereabouts?
Middle of nowhere,
you
Cobb
at?
County.
Cobb County, huh?
I'm like right
You're
between
in,
Cobb.
between Cobb and where now?
Fulton
Fulton.
County. Yeah, it just is.
in Watkinsville.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. Well, Monroe specifically, but like Walton
Yeah.
County.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not too far from you, I think. Walton County. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I do work all over Cobb and
Hmm.
out where you were at.
Yeah.
I do all sorts of work in DeKalb and Decatur and Spalding and all those fun places.
All those fun places with awful drivers. Yeah.
Yeah, all for drivers and fucking crime.
I know.
I found out today that the DeKalb Georgia State University campus has a youth detention center across from it and the Georgia Department of Justice facility.
Yep.
Like,
Basically.
That's such a weird placement. Here's a college, here's a prison, and here's the DOJ.
It was probably to save money for the state.
Those federal
Oh.
contracts do be that way.
I don't know. A lot of those
Yeah,
areas.
like, ooh, they don't enforce compliance. Let's pocket most of this.
Yeah.
Something
And also,
like
a lot of those. Yeah, the reason why a lot of those areas are like so kind of together in weird variations is because a lot of the houses, and like not houses, but like buildings, especially when you get into certain parts of counties, it gets into like the historic areas and like historic buildings, tear them down legally. So you don't really have, or like historic districts, so you can't really go out. You just kind of have to put anything wherever it fits.
Oh yeah, hell.
Roswell's like that.
County is pretty much that way.
Mm-hmm.
And Watkinsville.
Oh, it's all
Watkinsville
zoning.
is
Hell,
all.
got it.
Yeah, Watkinsville is all Civil War
Yeah.
memorial.
Oh yeah, it's. I don't know if you've ever been to Roswell. That's where you get all the Civil War stuff.
Oh yeah. Used to do all sorts of work out in Roswell too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to work down this district. That was awful.
If you walk out into the upper hall from the various rooms you guys have been investigating on the second floor, you feel a cold draft coming from the staircase.
From up or down?
It's hard to tell as you approach the staircase itself. It's like both directions.
Well,
I guess. Yeah.
Well, we came from down. We should probably go up.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that might be where the noise came from earlier.
And up the stairs I go.
Oh fuck! Not me glitching out of existence again. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't.
Climb the red marble staircase. To its
Really
right,
big.
come to a dusty balcony. A suit of black plate armor standing against one wall. And Corvus, do you still have detect magic?
Yeah,
You see
I do.
the suit of armor that is standing on the wall is glowing an ominous shade of red. And it's only doing this to your person. Other characters would not see this.
Corvus warns the party to avoid any suits of armor. I've seen magic at work. They might animate, or God knows what else.
We may want to check this level
Oh, boy.
for tripwires, pressure plates.
I'm more worried about magic traps.
If the
Well,
suit of
magic
armor
traps
is
is present,
enchanted,
it seems. So
if the suit of armor is enchanted, it might be enchanted to animate off of a trip of some sort.
Could you
that would be a good guess, but the trip could be, any number of things.
point out which one it is?
I think he was talking about this one, straight west from the staircase.
Okay.
East.
I'll try to make.
I think it's in
An
this statue. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll do, and without touching the statue, I'd like to make an investigation check if I can see anything about it. I want to try to see if there's any mechanism or anything around it that could activate it.
You see there's no mechanisms on it. Nothing that looks out of the ordinary. It seems to be just a normal suit of armor. Large javelin standing in its hand, propped slightly askew.
My guess is you hit it and it smacks you.
It's nothing on the armor itself. It must be something else around the room, so I believe we should be careful before touching anything. Right, where should we go?
My guess is in the double doors right here.
Yeah, I guess we'll check the big rooms first.
Alright.
I would like to call out the name of the children again.
Did something move behind us? Okay. So I'll do investigation. I'll check the door for traps. $17.
There's no traps on the door.
All right.
Is it
Okay.
locked?
Somebody should keep an eye on the statue. I cannot guarantee that I might not trigger something.
But as you try and open the door, it is locked.
It is locked. Okay. So I will try to unlock it. Come on. Ah, there you go. So that would be a 14.
Are you doing this with thieves' tools?
Yes.
So grab onto the small little padlock that locks the door. You feel a burning sensation on your hand.
Great.
It sizzles, and it feels like you just touched a burning hot pan.
And out a big squawk of "Rah!" and just let go of the lock.
Can I try?
So, this is not a normal lock. Maybe yes, magic is not my thing. Somebody else should check this.
All right. I'll check.
4 fire damage. Fuck. Ow. That's a lot of damage. Alright.
Max damage.
Pandora, as you approach the door, how do you want to go about trying to open?
She'll probably use her. Yeah, she's just gonna smack the lock with her hammer. Is this a bad idea? Yeah, but it's fine.
It's okay if you fail. I'll try something else.
And if that fails, I have no solutions.
That's unfortunate.
Go ahead and roll a weapon attack.
Okay. That can help. Yeah, it's giving no.
Smack against the lock. It remains exactly as it was. Not even tarnished.
Alright. She's just gonna try and grab onto the handles again and try and open it.
Corvus holds his hand up to stop you and says, "Let me try something else first."
Well, let's just see.
As
If you
proceed to
wish.
try and grab onto it. Are you trying to break it with your hands or just pull the door open?
I think she's just gonna try and pull the door open first.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check.
And okay, do strength check. What is my strength? It's a 10. This is gonna be fun. Nope. Yeah, I don't know, man. My thing is magic, not whatever the shit is.
Try and rip the door open, but the lock stays tight and the door stays firmly shut.
Okay. Anyone else have any ideas? Any lock picking? Any thing that can unlock traps? Unlock doors?
I have a pouch of a powdered key.
I got something to try. Go do me a favor, everybody, and stand behind me, please. And Corvus kind of waves his hands.
I'm already behind you, please.
All right, well, stay there. And Corvus whispers a few words and then shouts another word loudly and then claps his hands in front of him, and a thunderclap flies out. A loud wave flies out and hits the door. Hopefully it's enough to push it open, or at least break the lock or whatever. And that'll do 4 thunder damage. And since you're all behind me, you won't take any. But it's very loud and it hurts your ears, and I didn't tell you to cover your ears. Whoops, sorry.
After
Apologies.
crackling and a snap of his thunderclap, you hear what sounds like a crumbling near the door. And as the smoke clears and you look at the lock, you can see that it's still intact, but looks to be heavily damaged, like it's at the verge of breaking.
Do I need to roll perception to see this, or?
No.
Okay, I can clearly see it. I'll just lash out with my scimitar and try and break through it. So Corvus will unsheath his sword and try and make a quick chop to break through the damaged lock, you said?
Yep. It is a damaged lock. You smash the lock in half. This attack falls to the ground, both pieces. And I would say that the thunderclap may have damaged the door somehow because it swings open.
Falls off the hinge. Oop, my bad.
Good job.
Well,
Now
got the
let
door
all
open.
the people in the basement know we're here.
This room is
they
dusty
sealed themselves
and
down there,
cobweb
so.
filled. It looks to be a master bedroom of some kind. There's burgundy drapes covering the windows. Furnishings include a four-poster bed with embroidered curtains, tattered gossamer veils, a matching pair of empty wardrobes, a vanity with a wood-framed mirror, a jewelry box, and a padded chair. A rotting tiger skin rug lies on the floor in front of the fireplace, which has a dust-covered portrait of Gustav and Elizabeth hanging above it. A web-filled parlor in the southeast corner contains a table and two chairs. Resting on the dusty tablecloth is an empty porcelain bowl and matching jug. The door facing the foot of the bed has a full-length mirror mounted on it.
I'm not gonna. Okay.
Sorry, you
Well,
cut
they
out
had
there
this
a little
room
bit. What'd you
warden
say?
for a reason. We might as well search it.
I think we cut each other off too. What did you say?
Hmm?
That was for Flynn. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, I said, ignore what I just said. It wasn't anything useful.
Dan, I cut you off asking what she said. So what did
I
you say?
think the internet's being a little janky here, yeah.
Think your internet's messing up? No worries. Don't worry about it.
Someone's is. Mine, yours. Who knows? Who cares?
Can I go search the area by the bed? See if there's anything hidden, weird.
Yes, I would also like to search some of this armoire. Looks pretty. I would like to inspect the armoire with the mirror.
As you go to look at the area over by the bed, you can see that there is a thick layer of dust that covers the surface of the bed sheets and covers. And if you look in the chest that lies at the foot of the bed, you would notice a bag. It's not locked, it lies open. Lift the lid. You notice this leather bag. It's rather heavy as you pick it up. You hear it clinking. You see that it's filled with coins. On top of the coins, however, are several rings, a platinum necklace, with a topaz pendant hanging in the middle of it.
Trinkets.
A good find. Assuming we even saw it. It's still hers to decide what to do with for now.
Maybe we should just put them aside and decide what we do with treasure after. But trinkets, I like trinkets.
So you're saying you'll take the trinkets and we can keep the coins, Scott?
It shines, I'm happy.
Is this a chest right here at the foot of the bed?
Yes,
I think that's what
that is what you were just looking through.
Okay, cool. Yeah, y'all can have the coins. I don't want to take random things in a random cult house. Can I search under the bed?
So,
You find
Sounds fair.
dust bunnies and things of that nature, but nothing out of the ordinary.
so I guess that Tarok is gonna hold on to. Like, do you guys mind if Tarok holds some of the treasure for now? Since our lady seems not uninterested.
Nobody's harping on you about it. Go ahead.
Okay, so how many rings?
Tuck it all away.
Or does that, Gan, you're gonna tell us when we deal with it later on?
Well, for the time being, let's just carry on. You've taken the bag
Sounds
from her. I can repeat it all again after the session or recap in notes.
Sounds good, no
Or
problem.
just get the total value when you go to the shop and sell it and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, good.
Which I'm sure that will be asked again at that time.
Oh, for sure.
All good. Okay.
There's, like you said in front of you, Corvus, a wardrobe, and as you pull it open, you can see elaborate clothing, ranging from casual to formal, but all of it is expensive. Very custom looking, mostly tailored.
What about the nightstands?
The nightstands hold items that you'd expect them to. There's a small pipe on one side, and on the other side, what looks to be sort of a long filter of some sort, and some very extremely thin-looking cigarettes that are hand-rolled, but done so delicately and very uniform. All about, I'd say, 9 inches long and roughly a few millimeters thick.
I'm just gonna say it. Either this guy does not sleep in his own room, or he just doesn't sleep.
It's possible.
So,
Sounds about right.
which better be taking? Because this is like, he has not slept in here in a while.
Tarek is going to look at the. Did we look at the chest and the 2 drawers? Well, whatever these are, wardrobes, I guess. Wardrobes here. Oh, that would be where the powder room is.
You do see a mirror standing directly in front of you, and it looks to be like a kind of like a powder table. There's some makeup displayed on the table there, and if you look in the wardrobes around it, you see mostly female clothing, dresses, a few scarves, some interesting looking coats and furs. But beyond that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Out of curiosity, whose picture is that on that wall there?
You see an imposing looking figure. His cowl covers most of his face, only revealing his dark eyes, which are painted nearly black in the picture. The artist clearly had some sort of addition, or perhaps just an abstract eye, as most of the painting is smudged. It almost looks as though someone was shaking the entire time they were painting it. And Aaron, as you kind of look around that area, you see this room has much more interesting looking books on the wall.
Is there anything that would pique my interest?
Well, the fact that all of them seem to have the same kind of leather-bound spine on one particular shelf kind of draws your eye. Each of them have gold-rimmed text, which is obviously pretty rare compared to the rest of the books you see. And the text on the front of each of the books refers to an order called the Priests of Osiris, and that's spelled Osydus. If you look through them, each of them detail a ritual that detail how one would be able to summon the undead.
Is he summoning undead or is he undead?
Usually they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Although it's the wizards that scare me the most.
Why is
How
that?
long would you say you spent reading through these books if you do look through them at all, I should say, actually?
Oh, I do look through them out of curiosity, because they're so different than the others. And I'd say I probably read through them for the entirety of the time we spend in this room.
Pandora can help if you want. She's just kind of milling around right now, so she'll help.
Pandora begins to pick up books next to you as she seems interested in what you're reading, and both begin to spend time reading these books from the shelf. Roll a Arcana check for me, both of you, please.
Where's my Arcana? Oh no, that's not what I meant to do. Nope.
Pandora, to you, the books are heavily intriguing, while also disturbing. They each speak of how to summon a different sort of beast. You flip the pages, ghast, ghoul, zombie, skeleton, all of them talking about a different creature, monster that you may or may not have heard of before as you flip through the pages. But it's oddly structured and organized. And Aaron, as you read through the pages, you spend only a short time reading a few of the books before you realize that all of the rituals are bogus. none of them hold any true magical power.
It's like a bestiary written as a grimoire or something like that. That's cool.
I'll share that information with the group as I close the book and return it, no longer finding it interesting.
This all feels like a big why. Just
Indeed.
why this? What? What's through the door? Is the door right here locked?
Yeah, if this place got ransacked or whatever, why is it still standing in such good shape?
And not even that, but why have a bunch of books that are clearly bogus?
It all seemed like a facade for something.
Or maybe someone had hopes and went looking for had the wrong information.
There is a lock on the door there, Pandora.
Ah, shit.
And you can see it's kind of old school. It looks like it has a gigantic keyhole that would fit like an old iron key.
Like the old iron key that got busted.
That key was a little smaller. This key looks to be something that would be much larger. It almost seems like a prison gate. But it does
So
lead
who-
outside, and you can see through the barred doors and feel the draft that's coming through there. Seemingly, maybe this was where the draft was coming from all along. You can see it extends to what looks to be an overgrown and untended to garden and a balcony that looks out onto village.
This is getting weirder and weirder.
Corvus is attracted to these other doors in the room. Curious about them. I'm just gonna tug on the handle of the one I'm facing over here. What's this? Just a closet?
If you open the door, you can see inside there's a small closet, it would appear.
Interesting. Is it completely empty?
Yes. Yeah, there is nothing in it.
That's strange.
Looks like a walk-in closet almost, but yeah, empty and completely cleared out.
I'm just gonna start messing with the walls and floors, I guess, to see if something happens. I don't know. There's nothing in here. It's kind of strange. All the other closets seem to have been left with things in them.
Maybe it was used for storing someone.
Nope, nothing happens then.
Shall we just go
Just
find...
expecting a secret passage or something because
Mhm.
empty closet. I don't know.
There's another door in the corner.
And I'll just touch the handle.
You can see that the dumbwaiter that was down below before is is now at this level. The container that would have easily fit our Kenku friend is now mysteriously risen to this level. Same rope pulley system. Either side you tug pulls it one way or the other.
Someone knows we're here.
So it looks like it can go up or down from here.
Yes, and as you open the door, you can see that same tiny buzzer. It's next to the door, and if you touch it, it rings the small bell.
Well, that's interesting. I believe the stairs ended on this floor, but it looks like there's a floor above this.
Maybe an attic? Or servants' quarters or a kitchen?
But why would the dumbwaiter be the only access?
Also, aren't the kids supposed to be up here? Just throwing that out there.
We haven't checked all the rooms yet, but that is
No.
strange.
We haven't.
I call out the children's names.
You hear the giggling of actually both children this time, somewhere outside of the room you're currently standing in.
Alright.
To be checked later on.
Well, it means they're probably on this floor. If
Yeah, it
neither
sound
room
like-
haven't searched.
But I am curious to know what's up there. That is true.
I'm just curious to get out of this room.
Well, we can either go up through the dumbwaiter or, well, you said it was too small. That's right.
Well, we have other rooms.
Let's
to check
empty the.
first.
Let's check this floor first, then we can check the dumbbell.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, it's too small for all of us, seemingly but one.
And there is no way you are putting a bird. You're not putting a Kenku. Sorry, into a tiny murder elevator.
Okay.
I've dealt with those kind of accidents before. They're not brutal, or they are brutal. That's the word I meant to say.
Is the door here has a lock on it or not? The door with a lion face.
You push open the door, and it reveals a small wooden tub.
Okay. Can step inside and see. Okay. What's going on here?
The tub has clawed feet. There's also a small iron stove, the kettle resting atop of it. A barrel under a spigot in the east wall. A cistern on the roof used to collect rainwater, which is borne down a pipe with a spigot. However, it appears the plumbing no longer works. Looks like a makeshift bath.
I look to Aaron and I go like, you smell a bit. Maybe you need it. Kidding. And he just stepped back out there. Somebody needs a bath?
Doesn't appear the plumbing works, even if I wanted to take one.
I would rather stay away from weird murder showers. Just,
I don't know.
non-personal.
The idea of having somebody go behind you during the steam and just stabbing. Not the most interesting idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to do the next door? Got burned the last time. I'm gonna get somebody else the chance.
I got it. Over the door. My stuff. Okay, there we go. Do. Oh no. Matrix.
Glitch in the wall.
Oh yeah, full on glitch in the wall. There we go. Now I'm on top of you. I'm sorry.
Push open the doors to see what looks like a storage room of some kind. Dusty shelves line the walls of this room. A few of the shelves have folded sheets, blankets, old bars of soap, mainly cobweb-covered brooms. They lean against the far wall.
Is that a chest on the back there, or?
Yeah, you do see what looks like a large container of some kind, though there's no large shiny golden locks on these like depicted in Balespire. They appear to be just storage containers of some kind, and they don't have a lock on them.
Anybody want us to open one? Or do you want me to check for traps?
I recommend checking your traps. This is way too suspicious.
Okay. Oh, nat 20. Woo!
First nat 20.
Delicately move your hands around the side of the container, checking for traps, and detect none.
It's safe. Then, so I guess since I'm over it, I'll open the chest.
More of the same dusty folded sheets, blankets.
Nice use of a nat 20. I'll check underneath just in case. Sometimes people, that's what I do. I hide stuff underneath.
As you rummage through the sheets and blankets, you get to the bottom of a wood container.
Sweet. Okay. Nothing here. Alright. Good use of a natural 20.
I will open this last door. There's another door.
Dust and cobwebs also shroud this room, but you see what looks like an elegantly appointed bed joining a nursery area. Double doors set with panes of stained glass will open to reveal a balcony overlooking the front of the house.
This appears to be the children's room.
Only one bed.
This would have been Oksana's room for sure. The nursemaid suite specifically.
Nursery next to a maid's. That seems strange.
The nursemaid suite
It's
next to the nursery. She has to watch the baby.
Yeah, it makes more sense than
Didn't you
it
tell me you have
does.
a small child?
That would, yeah. Okay.
Because
My-
oftentimes, sorry, this is like the history buff in me coming out for a second, but like oftentimes, specifically in like the, I don't know, like the real world version of like the time era this is set in, a lot of times the parents wouldn't parent the children. Like, they would have nannies or nursemaids who would tend to them, and that would be like, they would see them as like how most of us see our parents, basically. So it makes sense for them to be next to them.
Very common among nobles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you learn things every day.
Mm-hmm. That's been my TED Talk for today.
My theory
Yep,
is
Eastern European history is messed up.
my theory is the infant in the portrait was Oksana's.
Seems a fair possibility.
Could be that. Could be the mother just didn't want a child. Another child is.
Also possible.
Yeah, or they were doing something to them. Who knows?
So I'll check
I'd hate to
the.
take a stab at that one.
Did somebody say they were doing something, or did I miss? No. Oh.
I think somebody said we're going to go into the nursery.
Yeah. I'd like to check the dresser over here. Out of curiosity. Not much luck, but sometimes. Oh, the door's open. I'll let them do the nursery thing. I'll forget about the.
As you pull up in the dresser, you can see some bedding there. Or it looks to be a baby's bed, or crib of some sort. And also various linens and things like that for the bed that is in this room.
Okay.
So if this is the last room, where are the kids?
And there's another one.
It could be in the upstairs chamber where there's no passage to.
No, the laughter was definitely coming from down here.
I agree.
So DM, what you said earlier, was that about the dresser, about all the cribs and all that stuff, or was that when they went into the nursery?
That was the dresser.
Okay.
As you walk past the dresser, though, Eric, you notice something catches your eye. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever walked past a window that has the blinds closed, and blackout blinds, for instance, and just a creak of light hits the corner of your eye, catches you for a moment. That's kind of what happens as you walk past the mirror. Take another look at it.
Okay, I'll look at the mirror.
Go ahead and roll perception.
You know what? I might use my Kenku recall, and I'll use it. Yeah, I do have proficiency in it, so I'll use it. I'll re-roll it. I know the right thing.
You see the Kenku looking like he's looking for a meal at this mirror. And what you see is a line of light that sheds through the wall. A clear crevice that fits behind the wood plaque that holds the mirror up.
Okay, so I'll try to. Sorry, I was looking at something. So can you repeat that really quickly? Like, so I gotta move the mirrors. It has to be moved.
You do see that there's like a small crack of light
Okay.
that looks to be showing from the side of the wood plaque that holds up the mirror itself.
Okay, good. So I'll try to move the mirror.
As soon as you start to move the mirror, you feel that it pushes back, and then it slowly starts to click out. And as it does, it easily swivels, revealing this behind it.
Okay, I think I found our way upstairs. Maybe I won't have to.
Staircase.
Maybe I won't have to fit through that dumbwaiter now.
The door, the mirror kind of opens to this back staircase of sorts. It's small enough for a child for sure, but all of you can squeeze through it.
Okay. You know what? Guys, let me go first. This seems strange. I'll stealth and try to see what's going on upstairs. Unless you guys feel okay, just going up.
Here, I'll go with you. I'm not as stealthy, but I can take a hit in case something happens.
Are you guys okay with that? Hearing
If
anything?
you have any issues,
I'll call for you guys first thing first.
As you reach the
Oh.
top of the steps, you see two what looks like trap doors above your head. You clearly see that they're trap doors from the bottom.
Okay. Oh, well then. Where's my guy?
It seemed to be a fun time doing this. Okay. My bad, I'm behind.
Right. So the trapdoors, are they locked?
They are not. You guys push them open and enter the room.
Nice.
And what you see in front of you is an attic. It's a dust-choked room. Contains what looks like a set of cabinets. Kind of a storage hallway, perhaps. There's various crates and barrels stacked on one side of the room. And on the opposite end of the room, a door. There's cobwebs hanging down from the ceilings. Enough that they basically block the entire pathway to get from one side of the hallway to the other.
Okay, I'm having issues with Tailspy right now. It's
Yeah,
Not
it's
work.
hard to get through the floor.
yeah, I can't get up.
If you pick your character up and get her as close to the ceiling as you can, she should phase up through it.
The funny thing is, I do it when I'm not supposed to, but then I think I got caught between floors.
No, you're there. You're next to
Go
us.
ahead and just click
I-
on the picture of your mini now, and you should be good.
Yeah, just put your view up a little bit. You're up here with us.
And if ever you get stuck, just remember that shift and click on your mini, and that'll get you out of the matrix.
Mhm.
That makes
Clicking
sense.
and dragging your mini around is going to be a painful experience for all of you. But I award you for
Yeah,
trying.
you could have just skipped that whole thing by doing that. Yep.
Yeah.
So you just shift click and then you'd scroll up a little bit and then you'd place your mini.
Yeah, shift click and drag your mouse around, and you'll be able to place your mini really wherever you see them kind of fall. Your mini turns into the Silver Surfer for a little bit, and then you can see them even change their level and where they're going to land as soon as you click it. So probably the best way to move your mini around.
Did somebody open the door already, or?
I'll open it.
I
Oh,
opened the door.
Okay. I think I just phased through the door on accident.
Michael opens the door and see on the other side of the room what looks to be sort of beautiful hallway. There's paintings all along the sides of the walls. Again, looks like half sets of armor, not full sets of armor. A little less intimidating, we'll say.
Oh, they don't look the same as the one that we know is animated or magical.
Right.
I did something. I don't know what I did.
Did your camera go somewhere else?
No, it's giving me options, and I don't know how to get out of the option. Like, it's giving me. Oh, what?
Are they dice?
Try spacebar,
No.
or maybe
Yeah.
just right click
No,
anywhere
it's
on
the-
the screen.
I accidentally right clicked my character, and now it's giving me like weird things like.
Oh,
The
yeah.
radial menu, yeah, just right click anywhere on the screen and it'll go away.
Oh,
If ever
Okay,
you run
cool.
into trouble, I promise, just call out what's going on and I'll tell you how to get rid of
okay, cool.
it. Don't struggle in silence. It's no fun.
Yeah, I'm like the least computer savvy person on the planet. I put in batteries the wrong way yesterday, so like.
That's all right. My other job is to help with that, so don't worry. Just ask the question, and I'll be here to help. I know that all of you are pretty new to Tailspire, so I do not expect expertise by any means. And if you're confused, call it out. Like I said, it's most likely going to help someone else calling out that information. Raise your hand if you did not know. Hands raised quietly. And let's see.
My hand is raised loudly.
You guys are still stumbling around in what looks to be the attic area. Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest we go through the door right here.
Hey, I was going to say I want to open this door.
Just before that, because I like papers. Is there papers on the table here, or is that just stuff?
You do see writing papers there. They do look like blank parchment.
Oh, okay, good. All right, I'll join back the group.
What?
As the doors of this room open up, you see the bodies of two small children. Skeletons, of course. Floating in the room is a ghost. It looks to be similar to the little girl that you saw outside of Durst's mansion. She stands there quiet, floating ethereal in midair, not saying a word, even as you begin to gather around her.
So, I've dealt with many dead bodies in my day. All of them have stayed dead. What?
I look at the ghost and I ask, "Are you Rose?"
I'll ask the questions, mister.
Were you the little girl we saw earlier?
I said, I'll ask the questions, mister.
Oh, sorry. Very sorry about that. Please go on.
I like being in charge. And I get very angry when people tell me what to do.
I understand. I feel the same way. Now, please tell us what you need from us.
Well, I don't need anything from you. You came bursting into my room, chasing me around the house. What intentions do you have for me and my brother, anyway? He looks down at the bodies laying on the floor. Skeletons, that is.
We originally came here under the premise of a monster being in your basement.
A monster? Well, the basement's a long way from here, but you can get down there easy enough from up here. I'll show you if you play a game with me.
What game would that be?
Red rum.
It's so fun. She pulls from her pocket, and the ghost is obviously see-through. You can see what looks to be some kind of a small ornament. It has a pointer, small little handle on the tip of it. It looks to be striped, and the stripes are dark gray and light gray, of course, because they're color. But if you had to guess, you'd guess those stripes were blue and yellow. And that this was the little boy's spinner. He takes it, spins it on the floor, and cackles a vicious little laugh. It's called Keep Away.
How do we play this game?
Don't tell my brother.
Corvus says, "Ah, that's adorable," and then attempts to snatch the top and says, "Keep away."
Bad idea.
I like being in charge. Get angry when other people tell me what to do. Give me it back.
Corvus just spins the top on the ground and watches as it spins in front of her.
She goes to snatch it back from Corvus, and does Corvus try and take it from her?
Instead of letting her take it, he just spins it himself and spins it on the ground next to her.
Athletics check, please.
You said
I'm
check
close.
athletics?
Yep. She reaches for the top, and her voice suddenly grows deep and ominous. It's not your turn. She snatches the top back from you. Suddenly her voice again turns childish. Soft. Gotta wait your turn, silly. Then she spins the top herself, smiling and laughing at all of you.
Corvus is going to walk over to Pandora and whisper in her ear. It looks like someone's going to have to distract this ghost while somebody gathers up the remains.
I don't know.
Who wants to play?
'Cause- I
Derek?
fucking don't.
Whatever. I'll play.
I'll play, but I need the rules explained to me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, the rules are...
The rules are rather silly. She picks turns in arbitrary fashion, often taking several turns at a time before allowing either one of you a turn. But you do eventually get a turn and get a chance to spin the top, which you find that, to your surprise, you can touch and hold and spin even. And all the while you do this, it gives Pandora and Corvus a chance to look around the room. Is that who's looking around the room?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you play an I'll...
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Is-
both
wow.
of you, while you're playing this, I want you to roll performance to see how much time they're going to have, or basically how many checks they're going to have walking around the room looking for things here. So both of you go ahead and roll performance to play with the young little girl. As any of you, I'm sure, could tell how hard it is to entertain a small child for a long period of time.
Oh God, impossible.
Oh no.
It's literally my job, and it's awful.
All right,
Oh
You know
good.
how difficult it is, then. I commend
I
you.
got, I got an
I
18.
figured the Kenku might be better at this.
Yeah, the Kenku is just having her laugh it up. You can hear the little girl giggling as the Kenku seemingly finds a way to entertain her, making her laugh and have what looks to be a little bit of fun.
Imitates her voice too, and just like says silly things.
Cracks up at the Kenku, finding his imitation of her to be utterly hilarious. And you guys have, I'm going to say, 3 checks, or 3 things that you can walk around the room and investigate before the little girl might become distracted and begin to look around, asking what you're doing.
All right. Is this a bookcase right here?
Yes, it is.
All right. Pandora's going to check that.
You see as you pull open the bookcase that the back of it has some sort of a false backing. It's empty, strangely enough, and as you run your fingers across it, you can hear the hollowed out sound behind it. Quickly sees that
Can she open?
run your fingers across it.
Sorry.
You're okay. You quickly see that the wood there begins to crumble, almost like paper, revealing a small gate with a lock on it. And it's about the size of a large cupboard, but it does have a padlock on it.
And are busy. All right. We're going to put a pin in that for the moment. Unless she can bypass the padlock somehow. But I guess he's not.
No, yeah, it's locked up. It would need to be unlocked to get into it.
Yeah.
Corvus
She doesn't want to make too much commitment.
Nearest to him.
You look at the chest, you said?
Yeah, the one I'm at the foot of the bed, and then I guess the big ominous blue one. One then the other.
As you kick open the chest, you see what looks like pajamas for a small child. Nothing really out of the ordinary. What looks to be bedwear, bed clothing.
Okay. I quickly go to the blue chest then.
That is,
Right.
as you open it up, interestingly enough, a toy chest full of beautiful and brilliant-looking toys. Oh. And what you do see floating out of it is the spectral form of that little boy that you saw just outside the door.
No.
Okay, and I told him I was gonna get the top back. This is gonna be fun. Okay.
And you see like his butt hanging out of this toy box, his legs kind of kicking in all directions as he stands, turned upside down, head in the box, arms digging around. I almost found it.
Can I? Here, I'm gonna. Do you need help?
Nope, I almost got it. I know it's in here somewhere. Rose told me.
Sorry, I choked on my own spit. What are you looking for?
My spinner.
It's gonna
While everyone is
scoot
distracted,
over here so we don't have it.
kids. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just gonna try to move to like block.
Okay, I was gonna ask: is there a carpet on the floor here?
You do see that there is a small rug underneath
Rug?
each one of the beds,
Okay.
but there's no carpet in the center of the room. It's all wood.
Okay. Instead of taking the carpets from under the bed, Corvus is going to take the bed covers themselves and then use them to wrap up the child's remains and into two separate bundles. And he's going to try and do it, quietly.
Okay. The two skeletons that you see there.
Yeah, while they're busy with talking with the ghosts, Corvus is going to try and just gather up the remains and wrap into the bed wrappings, and then put them in his pack.
Okay. Go ahead and roll survival to see how well you're able to pack them up into these bed wrappings.
Good one. I haven't gotten to roll that in a long time.
You're able to wrap them neatly up enough. They're small, and it's sad, but you wrap them up in much honorable fashion as you possibly can.
I'm gonna lean down to the boy and just whisper as quietly as I can. I think your sister has your top. But you didn't hear that from me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do that thing where like when you tell kids that you have a secret and you like put your finger over your lips and you're like shh. Top secret.
You're just encouraging them.
And the little boy, unable to hold his excitement, shouts at his sister, "Rose!" and chases after her as you hear Rose cackling with laughter, taking the spinner, rushing into the next room. You guys just came from into this room, and her little brother, the spectral form, flies out after her. And before you can chase after them, you would see their spirits fade into nothing.
Oh boy.
That's a tragedy we were not expecting.
Well,
At least nobody tried asking them how they died.
We probably should have, but I'm glad.
Yeah, but I can see
They're
why.
probably not even aware they're dead.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
guess. I suppose we have time now to go and. Oh wait, I didn't.
Was there something you guys found that we could maybe look at? I was busy playing with the child.
There is a false bottom in that shelf over there. Might have some use. But it's a padlock, so I was not able to get into it.
Well, let me go take a look at it. I'll try touching the lock gingerly with my fingers to see if it's gonna get burned again.
Learned for the first time.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
That's good.
Yeah, I've never had my children patients stay not dead.
21.
You hear the click-clack of the lock opening. You're able to swing open the doors.
Perfect.
So it's there. I can't rotate my camera. Hold on.
What do we see inside?
Absolutely nothing. An empty
It
room.
was. Okay, I'm gonna try to look around if I can
It
find
doesn't lead anywhere.
see if I can find some hidden compartment or anything like that.
Save you some rolling. You search around for a good 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Every corner of the room. You find nothing. Nearly all space behind the wall.
Maybe place this for this to shove her brother into.
That's a strange thing. Maybe something to punish the children, or I don't know.
I don't know what
That
it's seeing.
That is strange.
Yeah, but also, I mean, we can all agree that's the sister is she's a bully to her brother.
For sure.
Good, we can agree on that. Okay.
If we look, now that the kids are gone, if we look along the room, do we need, I guess we can keep looking around. Where's my character? It's too dark. I look at what's on the table there.
Did we check if the chests have any false bottoms?
I'm not.
Dan DC again.
You did not.
Hmm.
At this point, there's no children in the room to distract you from doing so. You look in the chests and see that they have no false bottoms. The table that you're looking at, Durak, it has papers on it. Looks to be, looks like children's arithmetic and homework, perhaps.
Smart kids.
Who has the bodies? All right. Can I, unwrap one a little bit and see if I can tell how long the children have been dead?
Well, there's skeletons, so you would think that they've deteriorated to the point where it's been probably several years, as there's no flesh on the bone anymore at this point. That takes anywhere from probably 5 to 10 years. They're clean, though. I mean, they look like they've been hit by a paleontologist.
This is odd. Usually they're not this clean, and the room still smells decent. Doesn't smell as badly of death and decay here.
Is that if I look at the other chest, is that the same kind of homework the other desk? I mean, sorry. Here, same thing. Mythics, drawings, and things like that.
Yeah, this one is more infantile. You can see that it's definitely the younger brother's work. A little bit more sloppy. Some pictures of small animals and things like that mixed into the homework. A distracted mind, clearly.
Kids. And on the floor here, that's what is that? Papers?
Yeah, more just scattered papers. Looks like the little boy was a little bit messier than the little girl.
I was hoping for a journal. And did we check that chest over there? Okay, good. All right, I'm done.
Oh, did we check the toy chest more thoroughly? No, there's not a child popping out of it?
I don't think anybody re-looked in there after Corvus initially looked in there.
Alright, I'm gonna go there and take a little peeky peek.
You find that the chest is relatively ordinary, filled with miscellaneous toys. All of the more male-leaning nature.
Right, so seems the girl thought she was too good for those. Or too old. Something along those lines. Alright, I don't think there's anything of use in here. Go see what other... I really don't want to find any more dead children.
I hope we don't find any more. Indeed.
Like, dead children are fine. It's dead children who are still talking.
They are creepy indeed.
Listen, man, that's not in my wheelhouse.
Alright, so there's 2 people at 2 doors.
As Corvus
I'm gonna...
approach the door in front of you, you find that it's open, swings open, you pull on it, and you see various rugs, crates, chests, what looks to be expensive looking collection stuffed into this storage area in an attic. These people are rich beyond measure. Everything you've seen in this household so far has told you such, and they have a ton of items. But as you come around the corner, you see ominously one of the crates is open, and inside it lies a skeleton. And this one is not of a child, fortunately. It looks to be slender, and perhaps of a small woman.
Interesting.
Body. Dead First Incorporated, incoming. Alright.
We may have to collect these as well.
We need a dead bag of holding. That's all we need.
That would be helpful in this case, certainly.
I have a.
Hopefully they're decayed to the point where
haversack.
they're not very heavy, but...
I do have a handy haversack on me. It would have more than enough room for all the remains.
Intact or not intact? Because do you feel like sorting bones? Because I've sorted enough tibias and kneecaps to get me through.
They're in separate bags.
It does
Okay.
have separate pockets.
Okay.
We have
They can
here,
make stuff.
we either have the Lady Thirst or Oksana in front of us, I believe.
Can I make some sort of a check? I can figure out who.
It's going to be tough to figure out who specifically, but go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Okay. Am I good at medicine? Yes, I am. Okay. Cool.
I love that too. New
Cool.
characters, you're like, wait a minute, am I good at that? Yes, I am good at that.
Oh, yeah. And I've never played cleric before, so
Well, that's going to be even more fun.
yeah. In all my years of playing, I have only played a warlock and a barbarian. So
Simon, is this
I can
your
imagine
first
some
time
of the
playing a
builds you
Kingu?
made.
That is my first time, yes.
I can tell you're excited about playing a Kingu too, so I'm happy you guys both get to live out something you haven't done before in D&D.
Get to play my voice acting. Maybe I'll be ready for Dimension 20 after this.
I know. I originally wanted to give my character a shibbity what's it? The accent.
What's it?
Yeah, the southern sayings, man. Like the accent that's typically used for these games. Totally forgot what it's called. It's not
Well, hell.
Russian?
Transylvanian.
Well,
Yeah,
hell,
Transylvania.
there's nothing stopping you.
I can't do it. Any of my accents just turn into Southern hillbilly, so.
Bullshit. Ask Gan how good I am at doing a French accent.
Alors là, le français, le français, tu me le laisses, hein?
Yeah.
Hey, that's not
My
fair.
French.
It's actually, but it's not even the French I usually speak like, dude.
Well, that's
My
very-
French always
very
turns Spanish.
clean and clear.
Mhm.
No, because the French Canadians do not speak like French from France.
They speak French Canadian.
Yeah, no, it's very different.
They speak like French from Canada.
It's still French. It just sounds. I'm sure to French people it sounds like barbaric or whatever, but
Yeah, sounds like nails on chalkboard. Alright,
they probably think you guys are barbarians or something. Yeah, that sounds about right.
alright.
What does a
Okay.
12 get her?
Probably nothing, probably.
Sorry, I didn't hear that last.
Oh, I said nothing, probably.
She rolled a 12 on her medicine check.
Yeah.
Got it. You feel around.
I'm good at medicine.
Kind of like
Can I help her?
the hip area and groinal area, I'll say, of this skeleton, revealing that you think this to be a female. Obviously, information I've already given you, but not the greatest of rolls, unfortunately. So basically, just confirm what you suspect as you walk up, that it is a small female, and you think that from the bone structure and the general condition that it was a young female, maybe in her 20s, 30s.
Okay. Alright, can I start popping open other crates and just making sure there's no other dead bodies?
Absolutely. I mean, feel free for all of you to kind of just start looking around the room, investigating. If you want to roll investigation checks for this, if you want to just pop open crates and ask me what's in what, that's fine as well. Either way.
I
I'd
would
like
to use my perception to search for valuables. Yes.
Perception is going to net you something interesting, so go ahead and roll perception, and I'm going to say that you scan around the room first, Corvus, as most people in your position would do, looking for probably something the most valuable. But what catches your eye is not valuables, it's a dark, shaded wall area. this particular area of the wall is like a light grayish, where the rest of the room is like a beige color. Very interesting. It looks almost like clay. And that is literally right over here, this wall. And if you can't see it, I'll put that little light on it again.
Interesting.
It's a revelation from God.
I don't know. Corvus will
Jeebus.
pick up something sturdy nearby and poke the wall or hit the wall with it. Piece of wood, whatever.
Why not
Uh,
just use your sword?
Poke it at the wall and you
Yeah.
find it's soft like putty. Whatever implement you use, it sticks right into the wall. The rest of you are searching around, opening various crates and containers, and Aaron, what's your character doing?
I was just gonna put the remains in my handy haversack.
Okay.
And I was also going to take the remains off of Corvus and put those in my handy haversack.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll hand him over. And
Okay.
just because I smashed one lock with my sword doesn't mean I'm going to try to smash everything with my sword. It doesn't have to become a thing.
I love the.
Would you like me?
I love the variety.
Would you like me to do it? I have a shield and a giant ass hammer.
Yeah, there's other things, bro.
Pandora smash.
Yeah. Hammer time.
That's right.
Bam.
That's what you use a hammer for. I mean.
Yeah, if it's not down weird squishy walls. Are you even doing it right?
Squishy walls probably don't need a hammer, but I mean a hammer will work there, I suppose. You do see that it begins to poke and prod holes in the wall, though, when you try and stick implements into it there, Chorus.
Well, I'll just take the nearest bulky implement I can and just kind of try and ream out a hole.
Really? You're not gonna let her hit with the hammer? She's got a hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, I
mean,
yeah, I got it.
You
Guys eat.
Does she step up with it?
I could tell.
Yeah, I'm up.
Tell that
I
Dan's
got
never done
Okay,
any
I'll step
demolition
aside,
work in
then.
his life before.
If she steps up with the hammer, I step aside for sure.
Yeah, you see a very ominous-looking Pandora just step up with a hammer, like
Okay,
clearing her
I'll
throat.
move.
Listen, man. All right, she's helping people in a lot of stupid situations. She has like the cleric contemporary.
Oh, great. Go for it.
She's like, you want to get out of the way?
Exactly.
You want to move?
I'm about to
Alright.
start swinging whether you're in the way or not.
Yeah, she's just gonna like take it and lodge it up at the top and just like pull down. Does that make sense? But like, just try to create like as big of a tear as she possibly can.
You see the wall just crumble into a pile of clay at the foot of where it once stood, and behind it is a clay-covered wooden door that looks to be well molded and slightly rotted away. I will reveal that for you in just a second here. You guys are probably wondering what the hell I'm talking about.
There's a hole in the wall.
Deborah, there's a hole. Oh, help!
And with half the containers
I
in
just
this
put like
room,
4 different.
half the room looted and open at this point, no real objects of, easily transportable value. Most of them are fine linens and rugs and things that a rich collector would hold on to in an attic.
Holes. There we go.
Yeah, we'd have to get clever to get value out of it or some crap.
And the haversack. This house seems to have an interesting number of hidden entrances.
I mean, honestly, this is like this is like the less weird on the realm of things we've seen today. So, like, you know,
It appears those stairs go down. There was
Yeah.
one other room on this level. Perhaps
Yeah.
we should investigate in there before we go down.
Seems like a fair
Probably.
assessment.
it's not a bad idea. Why am I on the stairs? I did not mean to be on the stairs. Jesus Christ. I don't even believe in him. Okay.
Well, Jeepers Creepers, you're on the damn stairs.
I know. That's what? That was.
Noises.
Yeah, I think my ADHD just like had a moment there. Okay.
Yep, we have that problem too.
Hey, I have that too.
Hey, where did you guys go?
As far as I'm aware, most of us have it. Yeah.
In front of the other door that just opened for me.
And if you ever lost the party, just go ahead and just click on one of your companions' pictures over there on the left, and it'll take you where they're at.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna wait until you guys get to where you're going, and then I'm gonna try to get there in like a couple clicks.
The pro move.
Oh, I
Yeah, the pro move.
left.
Is shift click on your shift and left click on your mini, then click on one of those pictures up in the top left corner of one of your friends, and it'll take you to them, and then you can just use your Silver Surfer that you now have for shift clicking, and left click anywhere, and it'll drop you next to your party.
Oh, I've already exited the room.
Tailspire is so much better than Tabletop Simulator.
Yep. Have to agree
Yeah,
with
you
that.
can't really do buildings.
Have to agree with that. Have to agree with that. Well, as you guys enter this room, you see what looks to be a spare bedroom. It's also filled with cobwebs, a slender bed, a nightstand, a rocking chair, and a wardrobe. A small iron stove.
There's a chest right here in front of me.
As you kick it open, you can see that it's empty.
All right, I'll check the dresser then.
That's a wardrobe.
Wardrobe. God damn it! Give me a chance.
As you open the wardrobe, you see that it's also empty.
Strange. What about the small dresser for the powder?
This bears some tissue, but that's it.
Okay.
My guess is that was. This must be the mates. This must be the. Her name.
Well, at this point, like, that's just the night table right there.
Elizabeth?
It's just an empty table.
Elizabeth, thank you.
There's no drawers on it.
Okay.
I
That
thought
is
you were the notes taker.
I am, but also I want to go back and like add names and stuff. Oh yeah, Elizabeth. No, not Elizabeth. The
Oksana?
Thank you.
Yep.
Zano.
I promise I have notes, y'all.
Oksana would be the nurse, though.
That's right.
Yes.
Oksana is the nursemaid and mistress, and Elizabeth is his wife.
Well,
Elizabeth got me. And go stab.
it appears the only thing left to do now is to go down.
Oh, there's another room.
Yeah, we did miss the.
Yeah, there's another room this way.
Oh, is there? I completely missed that. No, I
It's
did.
right over here.
I kept
Yeah.
turned that way. Disregard what I said. and apply it after we search this room.
All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna Okay. Hey, I didn't glitch through the walls this time.
We're making progress.
Kind of.
I am immediately drawn to whatever this is in front of me. Looks like a doll.
You can see that there's a smiling yellow doll, or I'm sorry, doll with a lace yellow dress.
Oh no.
Cobwebs are draping it like a wedding veil almost.
This room, this entire floor feels like a time capsule.
I'll bend down and pick it up to look at it a little closer.
Hi there!
Oh my god!
Oh no!
It says that
What
as its eyes
was
flick
that?
open. I'm Rosie.
What in the? Oh man, I'm going.
Just a ghost earlier.
Oh, not that Rosie. I'm her doll, silly.
Are there any other things around here that are alive that shouldn't be?
Oh, none of us are really alive.
Us?
Well, I don't know
Wow, they
about
show
you.
more self-awareness than most people.
So, Rosie, do you know what happened to the 2 other kids that lived in this house?
Oh, they were bad. Bad little kids. Never cleaning up their toys, never listening to their mother. He bought me for Rose, you know.
Who bought you?
Why, Miss Elizabeth, of course.
Oh. And why are you here and not in the kids' room?
Huh. Well, this is where I was left. After all, I'm just a toy.
Toy that can talk. Interesting. Did you always talk?
I was made by one of the finest paupers in all of Barovia. Of course I could talk.
Well, do you know what happened here? Why is this house abandoned?
Well, like I said, those kids were bad. Elizabeth, she punished them. Locked them
Punished
up in
them.
that room.
Oh,
They banged and they banged and they banged down the door. But no one ever came to help them. That's what
You
bad little
know-
kids get.
do you know why they were considered bad kids? Did they do something, or?
Well, they never cleaned up their toys. Their mom, one day she came upstairs very angry. She told them they didn't deserve all these toys that they had in this nice house that they lived in. Shut them up in the room, and she locked the door. We went downstairs. And I've been sitting up here ever since. The banging on the door made me laugh for a while, though.
Oh, that's messed up. That was meta.
So do you know where Elizabeth is now?
Oh, I don't know. I've just been sitting here, waiting for someone like you to pick me up.
Rosie, do you know of somebody who was stuck in a crate in the room next door?
That'll have to be Thorn, of course. Digging for his toys.
I'm talking more about a woman, maybe. Somebody a bit older.
No. Can't say I do.
Does the name Oksana say anything to you?
Ah, the maid. He was nice. Loved the children. I think she loved Mr. Durst more, though.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. Made me laugh.
That was the other entertaining banging I heard. Bang, 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 bang. All from that spare bedroom right there.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
The doll blinks at you, not smiling or laughing. A serious face.
Did Elizabeth know about the banging?
Oh, I think she heard it too. But she didn't think it was as funny as I did.
What did she do? Did she do anything about it?
Oh, Elizabeth. I think she did more than something about it. I think she did everything one could do about that. Like I said, she took care of those kids. Shut them up, locked them away. I didn't hear him after a few weeks. Then the whole house kind of got empty.
Hmm.
And what about the baby?
The baby. I never really heard the baby much. The nursemaid, she kept careful watch over him. It seemed like she didn't want the children, or Elizabeth, or really anybody near him. Even Mr. Durst.
I have so many theories. Okay.
One more question. Do you know what's in the basement?
The only other thing I've heard besides banging, bang, 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 let us out! Just keeps doing this incessantly.
Oh, God.
I'll put him in my my haversack.
Oh my god.
Just put him with the remains. I'll cremate him later. Yeesh.
You hear the sound muffled of in the haversack. But eventually
Definitely cremating that thing.
it stops as the muffled voice starts rambling to a silence.
Too bad you can't gag a doll, huh?
That
I
is
don't know,
this.
can you?
I mean,
That's disturbing.
I don't know. So,
Worth a try.
here's my running
I had to
theory.
guess that sick toy maker probably bound the spirit of an imp to that thing. Good lord.
You'd be surprised. I think there might be... Do we know if any of the kids are Elizabeth's? Because God knows that baby cannot be Elizabeth's.
To be honest, at this point, we're probably asking questions we don't want the answers to.
I
My
think
original theory is the infant is certainly not Elizabeth's.
Oh, no, definitely not.
I feel you're right.
Most likely are.
So
Why she
here's
killed them, who knows?
jealousy.
I think it's about time we visit the basement.
Well, we could find maybe some more clues in this room. I don't know. We've found more in the other rooms.
My guess is we should stop stalling and head to the basement.
Agreed.
Having investigated the vast majority of the house on really every level,
Okay.
the party has found enough areas, routes, I should say, to the basement, which there are 2 in this household. You've found both of them. Enough for me, the DM, to award them a full level, a level 2.
Ooh.
Hey,
Well, would you look at that?
And the question I have for the party as we pause in tonight's session to resume for next session is, would you like to go through the entrance you found to the basement here in the attic? Or would you like to go back to the trapdoor you found on level 1? That is where we will start session 2.
Mm. Mm.
Maybe the trapdoor seems like somewhere that might have less guards.
Yeah, I'd say the trapdoor.
Trapdoor also has a bunch of chanting cultists under it, so
True.
Well, that's to me is just like the stairs kind of scream like front door.
Well, the stairs are also hidden behind a
Oh yeah,
clay wall.
that's
yeah.
Unlikely to be found in the
Fair.
top of a hidden attic.
Here, I'm gonna roll. Here, I'm gonna do a d6 highs and lows. Oh shoot. Okay. Upstairs for high. That's a 4. Guess we're going through the trapdoor. Cool with everyone.
So which one won? Sorry, missed it.
I think we
I thought
trapdoor.
you said stairs for high.
Oh yeah, stairs for high. My bad. So stairs.
Okay, stair it is.
Alright, with that
Anyway.
being said, the party will begin to walk down the stairs leading from the attic into the basement. And they walk down 4 sets of stairs, and they reach a much different looking landscape when they get to the basement. The walls turn from the beautiful dark brick to a sandy limestone. And you can see that you are now in a subterranean area, as there's dirt, clay all along the sides of the walls as well. With that, we'll pause here and